Peter Mayhew died.
Testy.
Peter Mayhew died. Where's...
We just need like another Peter Mayhew death.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome to 155, a podcast about punk songs. And you know what? It is. And we had a kind of a weird month for things we've told you all about and things we haven't. There's been a lot going on.
What did we not tell them about?
That we killed someone.
Oh, right. You're going to have to edit this out, man.
Remember that?
Here's a question. I'm not a lawyer. Are podcasts admissible in court? Because you could just say that you were doing banter, right?
Remember there was that guy who was freaking out at us about pop screens? Well, we told you about that guy, but there was also a guy who was like really upset by the sound of a loose USB cord, and we had to let's just say we did not safely remove. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay.
No, but what I was going to say was I thought everyone keeps guessing what the themes are. So I thought
some of them are good.
I thought it'd be funny to just pretend that we were going to do a classic rock theme. And then I thought, you know what? Let's make it an April Fool's thing. But then I was like, yeah, everyone hates April Fools. So then I was like, I'm just going to keep pretending for a few days that it's a classic rock. I mean, I think I've just settled in on pure gaslighting of the listeners.
So you're breaking... What is the penalty for breaking the April Fool's rules?
Well, we can't... I don't think we should really get into this because then we're going to start talking about the clown's prayer and the jester's promise or whatever and Chris Rock. Should we never talk about Chris Rock and Will Smith on this pod, or should we only talk about it?
I think we should exclusively. I think that's why people downloaded this episode. They were like, "Well, it's the first live episode that they've done. You know, we've had an episode since then, but this is the first one that we've recorded since then, which is the sort of timely commentary that people come to us for."
It's a month of Avril Lavigne, but before we get to that, we really should actually talk about the news. So let's go. Punk news. Punk.
What does it mean?
News. Could you imagine?
Is it news that's punk or punk that's news?
Well, punk. Not punk nudes. Everyone, you gotta go different place for that. Yeah.
We should do that. We should do punk nudes and just
show
solicit nudes.
You can
just really lean into being as pop punk as possible.
What's your punk news item this week, Sam?
Well, my punk news item is a couple of guys have this podcast and they've started asking their listeners for punk nudes. And frankly, I think that's a little too pop punk for me. No, I'm just joking.
Oh, phew.
Don't worry. This week's punk news
a thing, though,
for me comes from the Hartford Courant. The Hartford Courant. Not really sure. I guess it is the daily over there in Hartford, Connecticut. And it's about a new punk rock exhibit that is rocking Mocha Westport. That's right, Mocha Westport, which I guess is like an arts museum in Westport. Here we go. It is what does Mocha stand for in this instance?
It's a little bit of chocolate. Just real quick, it's diversion here. They've only ever released one episode, but this is...
The Send Nudes podcast contains adult sexual content and strong language.
Music, laughs, and a persistent request for your nudes. Presented by Digital Mafia and Johnny Favorite.
Yes. Johnny Favorite definitely sounds like a guy who would have a podcast asking for nudes.
I'm Digital Mafia.
And I'm Johnny Favourite, and welcome to
Digital Mafia's
season 2 of the Send News podcast.
A one-man mafia. Well, this is season 2.
I decided to be a pretentious
you can tell they've really upped the...
Yeah.
There's also a podcast
to seasons.
Yeah,
so there's
a podcast called Please
which
Send
followed
Nudes
a very similar
format
and sort of carried on.
I wonder if they've had more success.
I feel like we should
politeness.
compress our voice. I don't understand. I feel like every time I hear a clip of the pod now, I sound like I'm recording like inside of a bathtub in
That's
a
why we
submarine.
had to kill that guy because he was. There are a lot of people still commenting. We'll have our own complaint department later.
I just don't know what I'm doing wrong at this point. It's the same mic it always has been.
Physical musical device is.
How do I get to send?
Yeah, how do we get to send?
By 94%.
That's what I want. I want that like full mic.
So
Just right in the
because there was
mouth.
two?
Those are expensive.
You still sometimes make little comments that our podcast is too long. This episode of Send Nudes is 2 hours and 16 minutes long. That's 155 length, and I don't think they got the same listenership.
Oh, is it like a mix?
At the end,
Despite knowing
what did they ask
me.
for nudes?
She is. She often messages me and says, "When am I coming on the show?"
Sorry, I don't mean to step on your things. Do you want to keep this on in the background, or
Yeah, if you can keep that on in the background.
turn it down a little?
She's really up for it.
Yeah, hold on. I'll turn it down a little bit.
I've had a preview of that track, possibly.
On my end there a little bit. Okay, so MoCA, the Museum of Contemporary Art, of course, we all know that acronym because we all are into art. Has a
Modern
new
art,
exhibit on.
chocolate.
Yeah, we're talking chocolate here in Westport, I guess, also in Connecticut. Anyway, this new exhibit is called. What's funny is we put a lot of effort into trying to make this recording setup work so that there aren't other voices going when we're talking, and it is. I feel like I'm at a bar or a restaurant, and you can hear the table beside you talking, and you're like, I'm not paying attention to anything because you're just kind of eavesdropping. That's what I'm doing. I'm eavesdropping on Send News right now and trying to. Oh, it's so sick. Other people's bullshit. What
reading entire text threads on airplanes.
Oh my
nothing
God.
like it.
Watching a movie over someone's shoulder on an airplane, like, be still my beating heart.
I don't think that they're requesting. I think these guys are full of shit. These blokes.
These fucking
I'm sorry.
blokes.
Let's create MoCA.
Well, you know who's not full of shit? MoCA Westport with their new exhibit, Punk is Coming. So this opened up, it looks like this week. It opened in April. This is an article written by a punk. Oh, Christopher Arnott. Arnott is a last name that I know.
Oh, wow.
Realized I was about to start talking about childhood dogs and social insurance numbers. So the opening reception for Punk is Coming at MoCA Westport was as much of a culture clash as one could hope for. Well-heeled martini sippers in fancy suits and bow ties leaned in close to examine photographs of young men who scarred their chests with broken beer bottles on New York club stages nearly half a century ago. Those who dressed in accepted punk styles for the opening were ogled and photographed by other attendees, just as they might have been in the bygone days celebrated on the gallery walls. And then there's a good, I guess, what is a second person or whatever description. This writer, who embraced the movement as a high school student in the mid-1970s Massachusetts and still abides by its guiding principles, donned his recent vintage special edition Sex Pistols Doc Marten boots, emblazoned with the words boredom and nowhere for the occasion. Goes on to describe this extraordinary exhibit of iconic photographs by Roberta Bailey. It just sounds like it's just pictures. Like, it just sounds like it's like Google image searching punk.
I mean, being a punk fan now of days, you can just go to a really boring, shitty art gallery and look at some pictures of guys wearing Doc Martens.
Yeah, it's perfect.
I found myself on Christopher Arnott's, the author here's LinkedIn page. He's been
how LinkedIn punk is he?
He's not very LinkedIn punk. In fact, he's kind of the most charmingly journalist LinkedIn man I've ever seen, because he has like a little doodle as a picture. It's very much not the kind of thing that's going to get him hired, I don't think. He went to Tufts University. He's been a professional journalist for over 25 years. I've been pigeonholed as a New Haven-centric arts reporter, but I've proven myself as a reliable writer in a number of other fields. He's freelanced for this Courant for 14 years. He's a proprietor and blogger at the New Haven Theater Jerk. And he's also a proprietor and blogger of scribblers.us.
Oh, so no. Have you ever I know we don't generally work too blue on this show, but have you ever given or received a theater jerk, Josiah?
No, I haven't. I can't remember if I told this before. I must have, but you know what? It's fine. When I went to see the movie, what was it called? I almost said Vigilant Citizen, but that was like an Illuminati blog. What was that?
Law-abiding citizen?
No, what was that movie by the guy who made Friday Night Lights that was about like Tim Riggins and going to war Lone Survivor, maybe I think it's called.
Oh, I mean, yeah. John Carter.
It was. I think it was
Berg, like Battleship.
I think it was long. I think
Battleship?
no. It was like his like gritty return to whatever.
Lone Survivor. Yeah,
we just felt like
Riggins
going
in Lone Survivor.
Yeah, I
That's
think he
cool.
was one of the. I don't think he was the
Well,
Lone
could
Survivor.
be one of the Lone Survivors.
I'm pretty sure the Lone Survivor was Mark Wahlberg.
Look at this cast. Yeah, Wahlberg, Taylor Kitsch, Emil Hirsch, Ben Foster, Eric Bana.
Anyways, we just felt like going to a movie. We went to Sunridge Mall. We're just like, it's Tuesday night. There's no such thing as COVID-19 these days, and let's go to a movie. So we went, and I remember at a very tense, it's a very quiet kind of like almost verite feeling flick. It's one of those movies where I think it's all possibly even improvised so that you feel like you're in that Lone Survivor action. And 15 minutes in at a very serious part, sort of the area of the cinema that's above the exit where there's this kind of like almost like a balcony, but not really. Like it's kind of just to the left, basically.
Yeah, totally.
In that section, there's two teens, and then in the back, there's like, I don't know, some Sunridge Mall eyebrow ring type Gen X ladies who are probably like stoned or whatever. And at a really quiet part, one of those eyebrow ring ladies is like, I see what you're fucking doing. You're fingering her. Stop fingering her. It's fucking disgusting. It was like, and then I looked down and this like teen girl like sunk her face into her hands and she was so embarrassed. And I mean, I'll never forget that.
That's insane. That's an insane. Whose business is that? I've seen. Forgive me if I've told this story, but one time I watched a woman jerk a man off on a plane.
Really?
Yeah, but here's the thing: he was in army fatigues, and so you were like, he's home from the war. Maybe they haven't seen. Who am I to stand in the way of true love? But like they were right beside me, and I was like, fucking right.
That's the perfect crime. If he's wearing camo, no one should be able to see down there.
They thought they were protected.
That's so cool. Wow.
Yeah, it was the most brazen.
Why do they both kind of have these army vibes to them? Something about the troops. Very cool.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
There's a sexual energy to trooping.
Well, Sam, I'd like to tell you about my punk news, but actually, instead of telling you about it, I'll let you sort of read. Actually, it comes from cheatsheet.com, but I'm going to let the subject of this punk news speak for himself. This is from the Fulbright Prize laureate address. I have the time code here. Let me 9:15. We're just going to let him speak because this
looks big time punk incoming here.
Yeah, this is some real. This is kind of the delivering on the promise of the punk news segment, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
On my 60th birthday, I also made a list of 60 songs that all changed me in some way. 60 songs that saved my life is what I call the list. It's one by Bob Marley, one by The Clash, one by Public Enemy, one by Billie Eilish.
He's already doing so
There's
much
another song that should be on the list.
Billie Eilish.
Wait. We need this. Sorry, I shouldn't have spoke over the top. So in case at home you don't know who this is yet, you're a fucking poser. It's true punk of all time, Bono.
Songs that saved my life is what I call the list. There's one by Bob Marley, one by The Clash, one by Public Enemy, one by Billie Eilish. There's another song that should be on the list. America. America is a song to me. I caught the melody line early when my life needed saving.
Yes, bro.
Teenager in Dublin, America's song came on the radio like a surge of static electricity.
My pop screen just
Knocked
fell
me
off.
out of my
I thought that was. He's kind of reeling a little bit. I thought that noise was.
The song sounded like Elvis, sounded like Bob Dylan, sounded like Aretha Franklin, sounded like Johnny Cash, Joey Ramone.
These are what the songs
sounded
of
like
America sounded
Jack
like.
Kennedy, Bobby Kennedy, sounded like King. Bob Dylan.
Did he say
sounded
King?
like the Declaration of
said
Independence.
King, but it's almost like you put a little bit of like stank on it in a way that I would describe as casually racist.
I grew up in the Dublin,
Did he
quiet
mean
suburbia.
BB King?
The street I grew up was.
Well,
really
he was
quite
naming
lovely,
politicians who had all
Has to
died
be
at the same time. So I interpreted that
It
as
wasn't
Martin
Martin
Luther.
Luther King, right? Okay.
but- Okay.
He's gonna drop
All
the
right.
P word in a second. It's a little
Country
verbose.
was on the verge of civil
I thought
war,
we'd let him
neighbor against neighbor,
have his
streets,
time.
household at war. You know all this. You've seen Belfast.
I have seen Belfast.
Oh wow!
I love the picture. But Ireland back there was
I actually watched the first
an
12
insular
minutes of this
place.
on 2 times speed so I
wasn't
could find the quote from the article.
Well, we look to you. We look to America. We had a big crush on you all. And we saw a country with its own long-running arguments, its own
yes.
injustices. We knew this promise.
The great
land
paradox.
wasn't always keeping to that promise. We knew America wasn't living up to all its ideals. But the fact is, America had ideals. We knew that because you wrote them down. You cited them. You held yourself account on them.
Sometimes you just got to let your
They
subject
shaped the
speak
struggle.
in punk
Civil
news.
rights movement.
I just don't want to miss out on the
gay
P
rights.
word.
They're still shaping you today.
He says it so good.
And I don't know how, but early on, I really think I felt or seemed to know that America wasn't just a country.
It was
That
a
it was an
song.
idea, if not yet a fact. Even when it got messy.
Here we
even
go.
when it got
Here we go.
wild.
Here we go.
America isn't classical music. America's punk rock. America's hip hop.
Yes, bro.
I had a sense, I had a sense of America wrestling with itself. You
Yeah.
were caught in the act of becoming. Becoming yourself.
Wow.
Becoming
Well, if anyone
yourself.
knows punk, it's
William
William
Fulbright.
the chairman of the punk board himself, Bono.
Yeah, so there you go. America is a song, and that song is punk rock and hip hop. So I think it's maybe MGK, actually. America is Machine Gun Kelly.
This is the full that album did debut at #1, didn't it?
It did. I think it's because of our exclusive that we just dropped.
I think that's
today.
it. That was the final push that MGK needed.
Patreon.com/155pod. They should actually, since they'll do anything to count something as an album sale, they should start counting all the illegal content we play on our Patreon.
I think for sure. They're just desperate to count. They're like, wow, these guys love listening to MGK. We are absolutely putting MGK over the top with our illegal content.
America is punk rock, and this has been Punk News. You know, we are also accidentally keeping up the tradition of being slightly racist towards Irish people every week. So that's
I was going to say someone has to, but the more I learn, the more I realize that many people are, and perhaps I just got to stick to Australians. I don't know, or perhaps the residents of at the very least New England, because I still have Christopher Arnott's LinkedIn page open, and I just am dazzled by the people think that I'm only for New Haven. Meanwhile, I've written for places like Connecticut Now, Hartford Courant, New Haven Living, Yale Alumni Magazine, Hoffman Decades, and Connecticut Magazine.
He's killing it.
Just killing the game when it comes to Connecticut reportage. So thank you.
I love one tradition. Say what you will about the new pod. One tradition that wasn't in it before was just going really deep on the personal details of semi-anonymous journalists.
Totally. And always finding something enjoyable.
Exactly.
Well, Josiah, you know who else is anonymous? Perhaps we'll let their voice be heard, but I'm not sure. That's right. This week we're talking about Sk8er Boi. Who is he? What did he do? Well, we know what he did.
Probably gave a girl a UTI, Sk8er Boys.
That's the implication for sure.
Meme from 5 years ago when we started doing this.
Sk8er Boi by Avril Lavigne. That's right. The first song.
Wait, that's how you say it?
A little bit of learning opportunity for everyone here. Sk8er Boi, as we used to say
down in the bayou
clever.
of Louisiana.
Back in the day. This, of course, is the first song of. Are we calling it April Lavigne or are we calling it Avril Lavigne because that's already like the French?
Yeah, I think that's pretty. Daniel, friend of the pod, Daniel was saying we should call it like April the Vine or something like French for the Vine, which I think is kind of
wow. If you would say that. Too clever for his own good, sweet Daniel.
It's true.
It's not okay.
True. But I think we'll probably just call it April Lavigne, or maybe we'll just call it the pod. I don't know.
Yeah, because Avril Lavigne, she's called the pod. Avril Lavigne doesn't quite sell the joke, even though it is quite clever. So April Lavigne it is. First song of the month. After all your funny jokes and japes for April Fool's Day, for Avril's Fool's Day. I don't even know. We've already done an Avril Lavigne song, right? That was one of the first things we did. On this new pod.
Yeah.
So we've probably done something of a level set around Avril.
We kind of immediately pivoted to this idea. And then 2 weeks in, we're like, let's just do the most annoying and difficult ideas possible
Yeah.
from the get-go.
Yeah, totally. So without sort of rehashing perhaps what we talked about in our... which song did we fucking do again?
We did What the Hell.
Oh, great tune. So without going back on that, let's talk specifically about this song here, because we got all month to talk about Avril. Sk8er Boi. Sk8er Boi.
Sk8er Boi.
Do you remember when you heard the song for the first time?
I don't, but I think this was in like a really shitty sweet spot for me where I was definitely like really irritated by it and thought it was fake punk. Like, I was like a snob. Totally. I was like mad about this song.
Yes.
It was like not there was no sort of like ironic detachment or, you know, flirting with whatever guilty pleasure means. Nothing of that. I was angry about it. 2002, I was 17 years old. I was listening to The Locust and Le Shock and all that kind of shit. I was like very too cool for it. And you know what's funny? The worst part about that is that as I get older and I revisit things, the lesson is always that I was right in a way. Like, I actually love the idea of Avril Lavigne, and I think she rules, and I honestly can't stop listening to her new album, and I love so many of her songs, whether they're ballads or like pop punk bangers. This song still, listening today, I don't like it very much. I think it's like very funny title, very funny concept, but I was like kind of listening to it pretty seriously today because I really want to give this its due. And I was thinking about how this kind of sounds like it actually, and I never clued in until this week that it sounds like a CanCon No Doubt or totally. for the sake of the argument, No Doot, we'll have to say. Sorry, that is like Beaverton level. And why don't they call the Beaverton Canadian Satire, like with the Canadian Tire logo? You know, that would be so good.
Oh my God! Just keep going. Just keep going.
But it does have like kind of like the peppy like hits of a No Doot song, but then it also has like the really annoying chord progression of like a Greg Norrie number. Whereas in America they would just do like the chord progression that just feels right and is easier, but it's overly complicated chord progression, no pun intended. And so I think it just kind of like it feels kind of stodgy to me. But I also appreciate that it's a song about the differences between skater boys and ballerinas.
It's an important distinction that we needed. The song, it's one of those things where the song finally gets written, you're like, how did it take this long for someone to capture that kind of specific ballerina skater dichotomy that we all know and understand so well. So well. You know what's funny is I feel like I had a very similar reaction to this song where Complicated, which came out before this, was like there was a way to enjoy that in a way that felt like kind of ironic because that was like at that time, I think given our age, sort of the only way you could really acknowledge that it fucking rocked. Mm-hmm. And it was like funny the way that she was dressed and how fucking slow like that. Complicated is a ballad, right?
Yeah.
And so you're just like, what is happening here? And it was like you also felt like you were at an age where you were pulling back the curtain on everything all the time. And so you're like, this is so deliberate and embarrassing, but it fucking rocks. Like objectively, the song is so fucking good. And then this comes out, and I had the same reaction where I was like, oh, this sucks. And like it's fun at a camp dance or whatever. But I was like, I hate, because now it's like they were trying to do an actual punk thing. And it's so slow. And you're right, it has the weird Greg Norrie chords in it. And like now I'm like, oh my God, the lyrics are so beautiful. Like I do think that there's some people in general. I was like, this song, I agree with you. I'm like, still like absolutely not like in the top 5 Avril songs, because like she has some fucking bangers. But the thing that I realized prepping for this episode is that I don't think I've ever listened to this song on headphones in my life. Like it's only ever been through someone's like shitty like laptop speaker somewhere, or like at a bar, someone doing fucking karaoke, or on Much Music. And I was like, actually it's mixed kind of cool. Like it actually sounds, I was like, that's interesting like vocal production on this. And so like that was a pleasant surprise. But like the song deserves the sort of treatment that it's had, and it deserves to hold the place in culture that it does. But in even in terms of like the Avril sort of discography, like my God, so fucking annoying. And I realized watching some of these live videos, like a big thing that sort of partially maybe like affected the way I approached it, and then also my like judgmental nature for a long time, is that her backing band, I don't think none of them played on the album, it's all like the Matrix and then studio musicians, is basically Closet Monster, which was like a sort of pop punk band from Ajax, from the suburbs, right?
And that's the band that, where the guy from it is now an anti-vaxxer or something?
Yeah, he's like an anti-vaxxer, like yoga influencer with like millions of subscribers. It's honestly like such a beautiful pipeline because they were like, this is one of those things where, again, when all these things like now, or not even now, I mean like 10 fucking years ago, I would have told you that like quitting or pausing or whatever your life, your fucking shitty punk band, to tour the world in Avril Lavigne's backing band is like objectively the coolest thing you could do with your fucking time.
Yeah.
And then like presumably using some of that money, because then the label that they had put out a ton of like legitimately sick records by like legitimately unassailably sick bands.
Oh, yeah, what was the label called again?
Underground Operations.
Oh yeah, that was some shit that like I remember Exclaim writers liked that shit. But
that was me.
I never liked it.
when you say Exclaim writers like that shit, like you're 100% talking about.
There was like, well, it was you, but there was also like a few Exclaim writers that were clearly just trying to be you. Also,
yeah.
Those guys too.
So a proud history, and so like watching these videos, I'm like reminded of how like betrayed by punk I felt watching these people who had like really serious like fucking like propaganda level like political lyrics than just like be in Avril Lavigne's band, which I thought was like sellout behavior. And
right.
Now I'm like, well, it's not. Being in Avril Lavigne's band rocks, but I was right that at least that one dude was a huge fucking loser. And so it's like really complicated where I can't, to use a different song to say how I ultimately
well,
felt
also
about
people
it.
from, I think, weren't people from Gob also in Avril's backing band around this time, or no?
Yeah, like I was trying to go through because the first couple of videos I couldn't figure, but it's like guys from Grade. I think they're. I mean, it's not like
really guys from Grade were in her band too.
That's
so
like at
sick.
post the Closet Monster guys. Then I think there was like a dude from Grade who was in it. Like it was all like truly legit punks. But I did find like, did you watch the video when you listened to the song?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
because the video is like. Watching the video, I was like, oh, like as a unit, like the video is insanely fucking sick. Like when she looks up at the end, because it's directed by the guy who made like I Am Legend and the fucking Hunger Games movies, and that shot where she's like bashing the guitar into the car,
that's
and like you got
up.
the sirens and shit, and then she like looks up and the helicopter's descending on her. You're like, man, they just don't make music videos that expensive anymore, you know?
It reminded me actually of I forget which one, but. It really had me thinking, like, well, first of all, it's interesting that pop punk is, like, obviously such a Californian kind of thing, but it really, like, thrived and became something special in Canada in a lot of ways. And that's, like, really weird to think about. But I feel like the corporatization of pop punk, really, a lot of it did happen in Canada. That's one thing I was thinking about with this. And the second thing is, I really think that someone somewhere was like studying Biff Naked and being like, we can do this but better, and then figured it out with Avril.
Yeah, I mean, like here's the thing, like I buy like Avril at this point is like too late in her career, and seemingly like I just don't buy that there could be an intense level of deception from this person. Maybe at the same time, it all came so perfectly formed and was just like a slightly more palatable version of like all of these other things that had come before it, where like you cannot help but be like, okay, like when you talk about kind of like industry plant type shit where you're like you sort of have this idea, presumably when you're sort of constructing a career of like, okay, if we can sort of sand down the edges on Biff Naked and like slow down, like basically play all the small things like even slower.
Right.
And you're like, that's it.
There's
and
definitely some Holly McNarland in there too, a little bit.
Avril wishes. Now, one of the things that I thought it was like really interesting, like think about the song and how fucking amazing and goofy the lyrics are and like everything about it. And I feel like we've talked about this on the pod before, but this seems like I don't remember exactly, so it seems like the right time to interrogate it, is like, is there anything in the world that is like cooler than skateboarding insofar as its ability to like maintain relevancy as a cool thing, like just decade after decade, and to be invincible to like being fully co-opted in a way that like punk is embarrassing. Mm-hmm. You know, like maybe is the only other thing is like smoking, basically. Like smoking and skateboarding are the only two things that like have been and may always at this point be cool.
It's true. I don't know. I kind of feel like, I only know skateboarding from a very big distance. I don't know enough to know like the details, but I have a suspicion that actually around the time Sk8er Boi came out, I feel like skateboarding did go into a dark phase of like not being cool and like just being for like, nasty little mozzarella stick kids at the mall food court who were listening to third wave ska music all the time. I do kind of feel like it has become cool again in the last 10 years, but it might have had like I feel like actually Sk8er Boi might have been part of a downturn in the coolness of skateboarding. But again, that's more about like someone if anyone listens who skateboards, which I feel like if you're a cool skateboarder, you probably don't listen to 5 years of this podcast, but maybe you do.
If you do, like show yourself.
Yeah,
and then
please.
Maybe then Josiah will be right and skateboarding like is just not cool.
Right, exactly. I don't know. I feel like this might have ushered in the era of like being able to get a complete deck at Walmart in the kids section, and then that's like maybe.
I mean, look, I love a good. I'm trying to remember. Oh, I had a Nash deck with plastic trucks. And you're like, this is good. This will get me where I need to be.
Which is just trying to ollie on the carpet in the basement because I'm too afraid to do it outside.
Yeah, so like I mean...
Wait, can you ollie? That's the real important thing.
Absolutely not. No, I can't ollie at all. I do kind of like... There's some stuff in like song facts or whatever that I want to talk about, but I think like while we're talking about like, is skateboarding cool? Was it always cool? Like definitely... Again, because like Avril comes out kind of fully formed, like there's no cool first shows to look at, but there are these like beautiful, like stirringly beautiful.
Our next guest is a talented
era-specific kind of fits that you will get in these live performances, like from the whole band.
4 million copies. It's entitled "Let Go."
And it's just
Please
like
welcome Avril Lavigne.
You have to cherish how fucking because it's not like Blink. It is like the one step removed. Like that sort of major label version, like fully like from the jump major label version of like what these people seemingly wanted. So the drummer here has tape on his bass drum that says "Pixies Rule," which like I don't know. Showing support
for Francis Black and his name Francis Black or Frank Black or who even knows?
Damn, it's so wacky. So the other thing
she's
is, like,
literally dressed like Fred Durst right now.
Yeah. Also, like, what an amazing stage presence that she had. Where it's like the disaffected Ontarian version of like a Liam Gallagher sort of like level of kind of like laissez-faire. So we've got like, of course, cool backwards to the side hat. Mismatched arm stockings under the camo t-shirt, and I think like is it a Boston Red Sox hat?
I think it is, yeah, with a pin on it. I think it's the guitar leads in this song that ruined it for me.
It's so like
there's so much like wah pedal in it too. It's like wow.
It is. It's fucking nasty as hell.
It's so nasty. Also, this band has no energy at all.
No, it's kind of insane. Like they're really not selling like, and then she does like this like pogo where she gets a good 1-2 inches off the ground.
Yeah, this fucking rules.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like I watched the video and I was like, I don't think I like this song again. But like watching the live videos, I was like, okay, this is pretty great. This is Meadow Soprano and Busta Rhymes introducing Avril at the 45th
just
Grammy
catchy as
Awards.
hell. And the young woman who sings it is only 18 years old. 18. Those were the days. Enjoy it, Avril.
What's with all the lip smacking?
Ladies, gentlemen, and
18.
Sk8er Boys everywhere, please welcome a 5-time Grammy nominee
So
tonight,
uncomfortable.
Avril Lavigne.
So this one is kind of weird. Again, the band is swagless. This sort of opens with this weird shot from the back where it looks like she's flashing the crowd right after they've expressly told you her age.
Also, she's wearing like a conductor's blazer, it looks like, but it has a patch of a middle finger being flipped off in the background.
Yeah, I think they're like kind of trying to look like maybe they dressed up for the Grammys, but
in a punk way.
In their own punk way. Because oh fuck, what's my brain is playing right now, but the drummer is in like a green suit that makes him look like when Kyle MacLachlan comes back.
Dougie.
He looks like Dougie. He's like Dougie, yeah. Like basically the drummer's dressed like Dougie. Like the bass player, who again I don't think it's hard to tell. I was trying to figure out the timeline because like supposedly the Colossal Monster guys were the band all in 2002, 2003, which is when this is.
Oh, there's a mosh pit at the Grammys? That's not allowed.
Slow down. All of the guys in the band look like they're from like a band from like the cover section that you would like be really excited about. Like they look really not cool. Even though that seems to be like their job is to like just even her just sort of randomly throwing up horns. Like now I think this is like objectively great, but I actually can see why I fucking hated it.
Yeah, exactly. I think the reason I hated it was not because it was like manufactured fake punk. I honestly think it's because it's so Canadian.
Yeah, there is something where it's like, why are we letting the rest of the world see us like this?
Yeah, exactly.
Like this does seem like something that shouldn't have. Admittedly, like even though the song is like not my favorite, I'm like, well, I get it because like again, in a bar this comes up. This is fun. Like it's a fun song. Okay, well let's just check out Avril Lavigne playing it on the Team Nick concert. This one definitely features the club. But yeah, that lead is so like the lead sounds like it was written by someone in their 40s.
Yeah. Well, like, so The Matrix, would they have written the lead?
I mean, it's The Matrix and her. Like, so I don't know who wrote what, but I don't think she's like necessarily a shredder. But so I don't know.
I think The Matrix also is kind of like The Matrix is kind of like I feel like the birthplace of poptimism from like rocker people. Like I think it's literally just because they're called The Matrix. They're this mysterious songwriting team, and I feel like that was like the first sort of major label production wing that I remember like music writers being excited by and obsessed with.
Terrible. You know what I'm realizing? Like, because this is definitely, again, at the very least, there's like, I think 2 guys that I recognize in the band here, and it also sounds infinitely more rough, right?
Yeah.
Which I'm like, this version of it I like way better than the like super neutered Letterman performance. Like,
they're definitely
like,
loosening up
like,
a little.
Yeah, exactly. It's a punk song, baby. All right, well, that's just some of the amazing fashions and looks that we get from Avril at this time. Now, of course, Josiah, you sent this to me. This is of course the big news.
I was hoping I was gonna let you just pretend that you found.
No.
You could have really.
We cannot deny we've been wanting to do April Lavigne for a long time.
It's just we can't get the damn month to be that until now.
But like literally, I separately from you sending it to me had also found this as a interview like from today, from the day we were recording. That I guess Avril went on a podcast to talk about the cinematic adaptation. I love that Sk8er Boi.
I love that she went on a podcast. And you know what else I got today was an official rejection from her to come on our podcast.
Official though, eh?
Yeah. We're getting a lot of official rejections lately.
I guess
it feels great. Feels fucking great.
We can officially say that your original idea for a guest also turned down this podcast. Do you want to reveal?
Well, yeah.
I just want to take your joke.
Sure. I mean, wait. Who are you talking about now?
I'm talking about. Hold on. I'll put it in the. Wait. Who else is there? Who else was I supposed to? Hold on. I'm having trouble typing right now.
Did you get an official rejection?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I guess I didn't tell you that. We got an official. I'm sorry.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well,
I'm sorry, but Tom Green will not do the pod.
I wanted to have Tom Green on this episode specifically because in my mind, in the skateboarding scene of Freddie Got Fingered, he was skating to this song, and then I rewatched it, and it was the Sex Pistols of that scene, and I thought that would just be so funny to talk to him about that.
It's just because he's a skater boy.
He's too Gen X to understand how great it would be to talk about.
I know,
Avril
that's
Lavigne.
it. Yeah, so unfortunately, Tom Green can't do it, but maybe Tom Green will be cast in the Sk8er Boi film. So not a lot of details yet. Avril has said, I don't have my cast yet, but I've been working on it already for 2 years. I've got a writer and a director and just in the process of putting it all together. I'm producing it, so it's a whole new learning process for me, and I'm excited to grow and go into a new adventure.
Do you think it's going to be like Machine Gun Kelly's, like, what's it called? Bad Boy High School or whatever? What was it called again? Downfalls High?
Downfalls, Summer Heights High.
I love him so much. Now that everyone's starting to turn on him, I love him more.
Who was it? Ivan, someone was posting about how, like, MGK is like allergic to a critical reevaluation. Like there's just something too repulsive about it. It could have been Fantano, and I'm sure Ivan will love that I mixed up the two of them in my head.
Ivan really is the Fantano
of our lives.
Of 5x5 grids that have indie rock and pop punk in them.
So you might be wondering, Josiah, who's going to play the titular Sk8er Boi? MGK actually could be a good answer.
That's true.
A good option. Avril doesn't have an idea yet, but she does say, yes, have a ton of swag.
We haven't casted him yet. I don't think that's the right
yet, but you gotta
conjugation of that word.
Gotta have swag.
Who would you like to see play the Sk8er Boi in Avril Lavigne's Sk8er Boi?
I feel like
movie?
Tom Green would be...
I think he's maybe a bit too old, unless you want to see like Tom Green and Carolyn Ray.
Yeah, exactly.
Revisiting those vibes.
I loved their whole thing. So yeah, that's really what I'm thinking. Who do I want? Who are young cool boys? I'm just gonna Google that.
There's this really hot guy from the Gossip Girl reboot who's a skater. He would be perfect. Yeah, that's who it should be. If they cast Evan Mock, then they stole it from here. You know for a fact that they're listening. They stole it from here.
Okay.
Evan Mock could be the Sk8er Boi for sure.
Let's see. Okay, I'm looking at BuzzFeed's 29 best child actors. This is maybe they could cast Lindsay Lohan. Oh, I see. These are just cast.
You're
Natalie
gonna
Portman.
get added to a list in real.
Honestly.
What if you think the Sk8er Boi should be gender swapped? Should it be Sk8er they?
Well, here's the thing. So we don't need to. There's a lot in song facts. I think we could probably just ignore song facts today. There's all this. I think it's even in the Wikipedia where they're like Avril's. It's a gender swap version of Avril's experience. But then like the code of the song is literally like, now I'm with him and he's rocking and I'm at the side of the stage. Like, go for it. And you're like, well, that's fucking depressing.
I feel like
in your fantasy, your redemption fantasy, you're like, and I'm the partner at the side. Like, what?
So you're already worried that the Sk8er Boi's not going to pass the Bechdel test.
I'm thinking the Sk8er Boi should be like a skater they, and it should be like all.
What if it was about winning the Olympic skateboarding and not about the romance? Didn't we recently already break down all the lyrics and narrative of this song somewhere else? Does that sound familiar?
It really does.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
But I wasn't going to just, that is, wherever we talked about this, you can find it, I'm sure, somewhere. But it is a much more complicated plot line than it seems, really.
Yeah, absolutely. God, where did we do, whose pod were we on where we did that?
I don't.
Was it this pod? Have we already done Sk8er Boi?
I don't think we already did Sk8er Boi, but I don't know, maybe.
Well, you know who's almost already done Sk8er Boi is Hollywood itself, because this is actually the second time.
Oh my God!
That Sk8er Boi, to use the parlance of Billboard, who wrote about this in 2003, has been big screen bound, which is one of those turns of phrase.
It doesn't have a real byline on it. This is written by Billboard staff, so we can't even we can't even stalk this loser on LinkedIn.
Do you want to check out who wrote? Tiana Lee is the person who wrote the ET article.
Oh yeah,
the new one. If you want to check that out,
I'm sure it probably has a Twitter.
Yeah, for sure. In 2003, Paramount Pictures optioned Sk8er Boi and hired David Zabel. Zabel is coming to direct it. Now, of course, you might be thinking, what cool credentials does David Zabel have to adapt this sort of iconic piece of skateboard and punk culture to the screen? Well, ER. He produced a lot of ER. That appears to be it.
Whoa. So he was going to bring the ER. I think a 2003 Sk8er Boi movie by the guy that made a bunch of ER could have been like Britney Crossroads level masterpiece. It could have been so good. Like, it's going to definitely suck now. I guess, to go back to what you said about the MGK thing, being immune to critical reevaluation, or really, actually, I think any evaluation, I actually keep thinking that one of these things is going to be the final straw of the pop punk revival, and I actually think it's going to go on forever. I don't think Travis Barker can be stopped at this point.
I mean, he played with Lenny Kravitz and Her on the Grammys last night. Who can stop that cultural train? So an interesting tidbit from the 2003 aborted adaptation of Sk8er Boi is that the Matrix, all Scott Spock, Lauren Christie, and Graham Edwards, they were on board as consultants. They were going to create a new album of original songs around the movie.
Oh my God.
So we missed out on, and evidently it was not going to be a musical, but it was going to be like a sort of two teens from different sides of the city, different backgrounds. And it would have heavy musical components in the style of Flashdance, Footloose, and Save the Last Dance.
That would have been so good.
Yeah, because I feel like the thing that we're going to get now is going to be like...
It's going to be like a 45-minute Vivo thing, and it's going to suck.
Mainstream High, or what did you call it?
I can't remember. Yeah, who knows?
It's
gonna be Maud Son who plays maybe not. He's like 40 though, and so is she. I mean, is she gonna act in it? Will she be the ballerina?
She just says she's producing sales. There's no casting choices made yet, but she is getting all of her rock star friends to do cameos.
Oh, that's gonna be so sick.
But that led me down this kind of little bit of a hole of, are there any like actually good movies that are like not just named after, but like based on, inspired by songs? Thankfully,
Mamma Mia, of course, one of the greatest movies of all time. About having
Mamma
three
Mia
dads.
does fucking rock. That's just simply a true fact. But of the Wikipedia films based on songs page, do you have a favorite here from and then maybe we can revisit this when Sk8er Boi comes out.
Yeah, we'll have to decide
how it sits in the pantheon.
I'm gonna have to. There's so many things. People are gonna have to remind me. I guess you'll have to keep an eye on obits and learn all my names. But when one of my grandmas die, I'm gonna have to see if I can write an epic song. Is one thing, and then now this. So that's a lot of work set up. I think I haven't seen it in a long time. So I feel like I shouldn't say this because it's probably not true. But I remember when I was a teenager, and I did not know all that I know now. I did enjoy Detroit Rock City.
Detroit Rock City jumps out at me, but I also feel like you have to hedge because I was like, I bet there's some fucked up shit in Detroit Rock City.
No way, it's not. It's so fucked up.
But it seemed really cool and I didn't know shit about Kiss. 1999. Oh yeah, that was a cool year.
We should say the Log Driver's Waltz because I feel like we're close to being able to put like a MAPL sticker on this episode, get some money. So we should probably say that.
Sure. So also, big fan of the Log Driver's Waltz. I mean, is Mamma Mia as a film? I guess in the film Mamma Mia, she does go again.
Yeah, that's right. There you go.
So it's not just that they use it is basically.
Well, and she knows which one is her mama. Me. It's me. It's a me. But she doesn't know who her dada is.
What about the real story of Happy Birthday to You? That's also Canadian, of course it is. Okay, well let's when this comes out, you and I can jump back in. Perhaps discuss how we feel like it compares to Detroit Rock City, the only good movie adapted from a song.
I gotta be honest. Well, I gotta be honest with you. Actually, I did when I was a teenager. I also really liked the Beatles' Yellow Submarine cartoon because I just lived the life of a stoner. And ever since we watched Get Back on Disney Plus when we had COVID. I actually, unfortunately, have become such a Beatles head again. Like I thought that it's so frustrating. I hate it. I feel like I'm just like staring into the abyss of old age and unable to escape. And I said this in Discord today. I was listening to the new like Hot Snakes Pinback collab album called Plosives. And I was like, so good. I was like loving it. I'm like, fuck, I'm so old. I need to like figure out what RSPs are because I'm there. I'm fucking old as hell, and it sucks.
I was even ready to be like, there's no way this Plosives thing is going to be good. And then I was like, wait, this fucking rocks. It rocks so hard.
I hate it. I hate myself for liking that and for being like, oh, let's watch the George Harrison doc now.
Oh, yeah, you're going to love it. Well, you know, something else that you love almost as much as Gen X shit is, of course, memes. That's right. We're taking it back to the...
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. I just sort of wanted to scare you. We're not going to do... Because to me, the Black Parade memes, that's fine. I think Sk8er Boi memes are kind of low-hanging fruit. But at least to the point where I did want to share this article from my favorite website, stayhip2ps.com.
Written by Sade Spence, who's since gone on to become quite a infamous on-camera journalist. She's killing it, actually. So,
you say infamous, you were like, she murdered someone.
Well, she is killing it. So killing the damn red carpet.
Damn. Okay, well, that's good.
There's red everywhere, and it ain't blood. She's killing... I don't know. Anyways.
So this is just like such a perfect example of like obviously why you can't... Like, you know, the internet is... A merciless consumer of all content. So you have to turn these. So this is as recent as 2020. StayHip.com was writing an aggregation of various Avril Lavigne memes inspired by, I guess, a viral meme of he was a punk and it's a rat with some PBR and she did ballet. It's a rat in a tutu. That's very funny. Mm-hmm. And then there's a series of other...
Such a lazy article because it's just basically taking that one and then posting the replies to that. Like, not even finding new ones, really.
No, truly. But again, look, you've been on this beat before. It's hard.
He had a podcast. She had an OnlyFans. Can I make it any more obvious is what someone said. And that has 227,000 faves. That's...
Dude, we are in the wrong business.
I'm stealing this tweet on an account. I'm going to time it for when this episode comes out.
Okay, good. Yeah, like, because this is the thing is, like, at least those Black Parade memes, like, I kind of enjoyed, but the next post, she cut her own bangs, he shaved his head, can I make it any more obvious? And even that's, like, more popular than any tweet
I've ever
had.
That's like that means that they're kind of two of the same people. That's the same vibe, cutting your hair at home. They're both... Neither of them, if one of them worked in a salon, that would really represent the dichotomy of the song, the tension at the core of the song. But that's just a fundamental misunderstanding of what makes Sk8er Boi what it. You're not just describing people who are compatible with each other.
How about this tweet from Becky? He was in quarantine, she was in quarantine. Can I make it any more obvious? And
that's a blue check saying that.
That's a blue check. That's got 3,500 likes on it.
Good Lord. Some of the people we follow with the pod account follow these people, too. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Because I noticed I don't have any mutual followers with any of these people.
Manic Panics
continues to prove that I only follow back the good people from the pod. And by the way, I'm kidding. Sometimes I just haven't noticed. And I'm sorry if it's not targeted.
You shouldn't follow anyone back from the pod. They're all
sometimes,
psychos.
like, there are people that I've interacted with for like 5 years because of the pod, and I follow them back, and I think, what a delight! Oh, I was missing out. So maybe, like, if you can just tell me, Josiah, everyone from the pod that I don't follow that I should follow. And then in the next couple of weeks, if I haven't followed you, then it's pointed. Then it's pointed.
Then it's because I apparently said it. I like that Manic Panics was included with She's Strawberry Kiwi, He's Pacific Cooler. Can I make it any more obvious? I don't know what there must be like flavors of something, but that one only has 6 faves, and that account has like barely any followers. So I don't know.
Is it aggregated?
It's just got aggregated just to fill space. Just got to fill up
I mean,
throwing one
I
more embed
recognize that
code.
behavior from previous Epic Meme Zone installments. So, look, not a true Epic Meme Zone. Well, I can't do that back to back.
You got to retool it.
It's coming for you again. Just know. Now, before we get into covers,
I do like that it does still. You still filled me with some of that kind of dread.
That's what I wanted. That's all I wanted, because now, like, you're on edge because you know
true.
definitively that it is coming back. But I've given you like a reprieve.
We've really entered our kind of like emotional abuse era of the pod.
Yeah,
just like straight up pretending it's a month that it's not.
me sort of like setting up a thing where I punished you, and then I'm acting like I'm going to punish you again, and then I don't. So now you like me again, even though all I've done is not be a piece of shit to you. What is that? There's a word for that, right? There must be.
Yeah, it's called being a freaking white guy with a podcast.
Hello. So here's a white guy. He probably has a podcast, but one of the last okay white guys. Before we get into covers, you also made sure that we watched this video, so let's watch it. Avril Lavigne on TikTok. What's going to happen
It's
here?
her debut TikTok.
She's standing on the lip of a.
She has
looks to
not
be a
aged.
ramp.
It's insane.
No, she looks the exact same. Okay, we got a smash cut on the tie, and now all of a sudden she is Tony Hawk shredding.
So she turned into Tony Hawk.
Shredding on, I guess that's like a green screen.
A green screen
ramp.
Yeah. not a
Backyard
half
ramp
pipe.
on the water. So there you go.
But that's
Tony
such a
Hawk and Avril.
stupid TikTok. It's terrible. I mean, we needed to see it, but it was fucking terrible.
It's pretty stupid.
I feel like Tony Hawk did the whole relatable to like unbearable gambit of he did Bill Murray's arc in 2 weeks. Pretty much.
It's true.
Just mainlined that shit.
I don't know. I thought having Tony Hawk on the Oscars kind of won me back a little bit.
Actually, he was also on Blocked Party, and it was pretty funny because if no one's listened to that, or if you haven't heard that yet, John just is like, "Oh, you like sports?" And then he just talks to him about curling for 15 minutes, and he clearly doesn't care about curling at all. It's really good.
That's
great.
fucking awesome. So look, that's Sk8er Boi, man.
All right. Well, before we get into covers, I do need to show you one more thing that I found that's kind of not quite a cover, but it's, I guess, it's to show that I know the music biz. Interpolation of it. Oh, wow. This is some new industry plant rapper named Ashnikko, Ashnikko. This is a song called Later Boy from this year. Very hip.
Wow.
It's the kind of font, the kind of metallic fonts that scary 19-year-olds wear on hoodies.
Yeah, I'm nervous.
He was a
Like
punk.
a 19-year-old is about to be
She
cool
did
to me.
ballet. What the fuck does it matter anyway? He didn't try to make
There's
it come on top of all
The
that.
streetwear
He was a
skate brand
little
Punk
dumb.
and Yo did a pop-up
Honestly,
across the
she
street
was better
from my house
off
a few
alone.
months ago.
Now he's
And I was scared to take the
breathing
garbage
down
out
the phone.
because it's too
He
cool.
was a skater boy. She said, "See you later, boy."
This is fucking
He wasn't
awesome.
good enough for
This
her.
might be the kind of thing that'll
She's
sound
not
bad in
therapist,
a
don't
year.
wanna take
Yeah,
care of them.
yeah, it
She's
might
an
be.
independent girl.
Oh,
Me
yeah.
and my bitches, we have way
It
more
is
fun
really
without it.
good.
Fuck all your fairy tales. Shot it from the tallest mountain. Well, she's in love.
So Ashnikko,
Oh,
from North Carolina, signed to Parlophone. Label mates with Radiohead, I guess.
What do you call New York
Back in my business, back in my butt. He be lucky just to sniff it. I'm so in
I
love
wonder.
with all my
bet you
independent
like
bitches.
We should become a Radiohead pod.
She said to you,
Yeah.
boy, he wasn't good enough for her.
Oh,
That's
the
what
lead
it'll be
sounds
called.
cool in there as
Yeah, that was tight.
Yeah, that was cool. All right. Well, I'm gonna pee and then we're gonna lose our minds.
Sick. Okay. Peeing and mind losing?
Yeah.
Sick.
I think we talked about how being Canadian is embarrassing. It's the best.
Yeah, that's all anybody wants, really.
Oh, The Cat Came Back is also on here. I love that. That's
Oh, that's
CanCon.
a great. That's like the one good Canadian movie besides
Yeah.
Purple Loco.
Or what about The Big Snit? You ever see that one? That was a huge NFB thing in our family too.
Oh yeah, totally.
You know what? I think I've just been recording this whole time. So hopefully I'll remember to turn it off later. Or not.
I mean, you know, did you say anything fucking weird? Oh,
Peter Mayhew died.
Peter Mayhew died. Just talking about our favorite NFB films. No.
I like when I go downtown here, I'm always like, oh my God, the NFB building is so cool.
They used to have the NFB building in Toronto was great. They had these little pods you could go into and watch a movie.
I mean, I think I just like 3 5-minute cartoons from the 80s, but
they're so vibey. It's like the one cool Canadian thing.
It's true. Okay. Well, I lied because we're not actually quite doing covers yet because I think, the pod is really...
Why would you lie to me?
Spreading like a cancer, really, because we started having one saggy here, and then all of a sudden we have another, and now there's the meme zone, and we have this one's not even named. It's kind of an unofficial segment, but it's pre-cov. I guess you could still get pregnant from it when we talk about parodies when they arise, and so there's just a couple of parodies I really want to show you badly.
Oh wow! Okay,
this first one is, I guess, some
pre-cov. By the way, is a disgusting term that I feel like will never leave my brain now.
Well, that's good, and you should
not happy about that.
You should hope that it stays away from your fallopian tubes because you could still get Prager's from the saggy pre-cov, and that would not be poggers. There's a new kind of thing that's popping up when I'm searching on YouTube, which is like their version of the thing that's on Instagram, where it's just people have stolen TikTok videos and put them on there and they're vertical, and then they push those on Facebook. YouTube seems to have that now too. It's probably called YouTube vertical
shorts.
Maybe that's what it's called. Is that what it's called?
It is literally called YouTube Shorts.
Okay, well, YouTube Shorts. This is somebody named Jax, Jax. Impossible to know which one of these two awful people is Jax. This is a parody of if it was happening nowadays. Avril Lavigne, Sk8er Boi.
Uh-oh.
I'm Sk8er Boi.
I'm April Lavigne. 18 years later, can you believe?
Weed's not a drug.
We're getting divorced.
I cheated once when I went on tour.
You're still a Sk8er Boi.
So what if I'm unemployed?
You literally slept until 3.
Punk rock is still alive.
Okay, but you're 35.
Well, you're not as hot as you used to be.
Well, I don't know what the end was.
I didn't understand I mean, great.
Which one do you think was named Jax? The guy or the girl? Hard to say.
I think
they might have both been named Jax.
Yeah, one of them's named J something, and one of them's named Axe something. I think it's like a portmanteau. I think I
hate that a lot. That video.
I think the fake Avril was Jax. Yeah, I hate that. That just really bummed me out.
It was so horrible
because it was just really uninspired.
Yeah, and just kind of also making fun of people for being 35 and thinking punk is still alive
and smoking weed.
And we've been 35 for 5 years doing this shit.
Exactly.
But fortunately, there's 2 more parodies that I think are of a much better genre than trying to get some of that sunny side up clout in the meme sphere, and that is, of course, the school project parody, and I've got 2 of them for you. So this is the Sk8er Boi math parody. Now this one I feel like it might not be a class. I think, well, they're wearing a mathletics sweater, and one of them is very old. So I don't know. Do you know anything about mathleticism?
No, only what we got in Mean Girls. It was not a thing where I'm from.
Right, yeah. So I don't know, maybe it seems like it might be a mix of teachers and students because I think she says shit, and I feel like that wouldn't fly normally. Really good dancing at the start.
Oh, wow.
This is DY, this is DX. Can't make it any more obvious.
Oh, it's killing.
They're loving
From
it.
B to A. What more can I say? He wanted her, she couldn't see, 'cause she tutored him in geometry. And none of her friends knew who he was.
The narrative's kind of getting lost.
He didn't know how to do calculus. He was a Sk8er Boi. She said calculator boy. He was good enough for her. She tutored
I mean, it's
him
fun.
in math.
This
For
is
sure.
so, but just the room is loving it.
A
She's kind of got the voice for it too.
That's the thing. She's like killing the delivery. I love the backup dancing. Is like,
especially that grandma on the left.
Yeah.
Sk8er Boi speaks of his latest craze. He studied at Yale and got a degree and learned all the math she had tried to teach.
Oh, I thought she said learn on the meth shit, but I guess meth she had. Okay, so it's unclear. It was probably still G-rated, but I like it, and I think they're having a lot of fun in the room. However, I don't think I learned anything. And that's where, for Mr. White's class, the macroeconomics parody really delivers in terms of being instructional as well. This is Sk8er Boi by Emma, Lauren, Olivia, Haley, Megan, and Bree. And you bet your ass they went into the parkade to do some guitar soloing. Mr. Glitter.
Oh, they threw glitter?
There was supply. There was demand.
Yes.
Can I graph it any more easily?
That's what we
AS
need.
slopes up, AD slopes down. What more can I say? Shifting the graph, it's pretty easy. Changing AD, CIX, and G. As for AS, it's about subsidies.
I love when
change resource prices,
the intonation of the delivery is so off the beat. It's like Draco the Ruler or something. But then there's like multiple people doing it. Like how do multiple people get this off?
What are the B-roll jobs? Just one of them throwing their hat onto their head and it not landing and being like, shit.
Two things that shift. Fiscal toolbox. Increase of spending.
Man, seeing this parking garage is honestly
80 goes up.
kind of
But there are three more
skeeving me out
ways
again
to
because do you
mend.
remember one of the My Chemical Romance covers we watched where they just switched parking garages like in the middle of the video, and I think I had like gotten a little high, and you hadn't noticed it, like you're probably looking at Twitter or some shit,
freaking you out so
and
bad.
I was like, what the fuck is happening?
The government spent too much. Now we're wages.
Oh, now they're at where are they?
Something needs to be
Chick-fil-A. They went to Chick-fil-A for some reason.
It was inflationary. The government spent too much.
This is just,
Now we're wages.
I'm learning so much.
Something needs to be tweaked. The economy is at a peak.
I'm just. Am I to understand that what these girls are saying is that they've increased someone's wage too much and it's fucked up the whole economy?
Yeah, hold on. Okay, so hold on. Because I think what they said is that, her wages can't support her because of inflation, but then it said that inflation is because the government has spent too much. So they're blaming, okay, what's up, Fed? I wanted, because I feel like this is coming from this is like one of those conservative think tanks that they always joke about on podcasts.
What's the Fed? We need you make. Sell some bonds, raise discount rates.
Oh, the bridge is sick.
Wow, this is like an innately very conservative.
It's just a peak, and it's just a trough. Can I graph it any more easily? Business cycle, haven't you heard how we graph our economy? Full employment is back. GDP's right on track. No sick labor,
employment. But here we go again, slipping into trough. Cycle flows.
There's one comment on this video that says, "Dear God, please protect me after watching this video."
You need these amazing singers to protect you from the government overspending or whatever.
The minimum wage hike. Oh, there's gonna be. Methinks there's gonna be a big credits segment.
Yes.
Oh no, she's smashing a guitar. Oh my God, the limpest guitar smash. Oh no. Oh my God.
One of them just scooted over and jumped on the guitar.
She's trying to get the hat on her head. That was such a fake edit. Oh my God. Sk8er Boi. Thanks, Emma, Haley, Lauren, Olivia, Megan, and Brianna. That was really good. I learned so much.
Sorry, I wonder why did only two of them get producer credits?
It was inspired by Mr. Green. He's kind of.
I got a pretty good sense of Mr. Green's politics after that video.
How about we try and
Okay,
get... your boy.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever played Limmy on the pod before, actually.
No, it's one of those things where, like, I've never... Like, it's like you and Sarah and like a lot of people that I like on Twitter are always talking Lemmy. But I don't know what the Sam Fender, who I love dearly, loves Lemmy.
There's that Lemmy show. Is that what it's called? Lemmy's show. I think Lemmy's show.
Is he like a video game streamer? Like kind of.
So Lemmy's show was
more
like
than that?
Lemmy's show. He was like an early web guy who had like Flash videos, I think, and then he had a show called Lemmy's Show that was like kind of happened at the same time as Tim and Eric, and it's very similar. And I would say like any sketch show, it's like 1/3 of it is good. Mm-hmm. Ultimately, if you want to get into Lemmy, you should download or look up Lemmy's Homemade Show. He just like makes sketches in his house that are basically like his famous Vine. He's just like a really fucking funny Glaswegian guy who has now become a Twitch streamer because he's so funny and he has such a enormous audience. But I think the BBC doesn't appreciate a Glaswegian accent, so he doesn't get hooked up the same way that like David Mitchell does or whatever. But here's Lemmy making a techno cover of Sk8er Boi.
How about we try and do a kind of synth-wavy Sk8er Boi or nothing. I'm doing a cover of Sk8er Boi from scratch.
It is a great accent.
Yeah, we'll start with
He's
start with
so
F.
fucking funny. Oh my god.
With F, right.
And the thing is, you know that I'm right. It's just. He didn't even download a MIDI track.
Yeah, he said from scratch. Oh yeah.
See, because he did it from scratch, he did a more natural chord progression in the background. It sounds way better.
What I feel that these songs, I always feel these songs are missing seagulls. They're missing kind of, like that, and like a searing kind of, like an eagle. That's really high though. That's a baby seagull. Maybe we just take that as a basis and we make it. So it's a Polis down at the fucking beach. I know, I'll do various audio things and it goes randomly between them, right? So various snippets like this. Is that an ambulance or the police? Oh my god, Johnny's been hurt! Johnny! That's my boy Johnny now! This is your fault! His son's just went under a fucking, I don't know, he's fell off a fucking bridge doing some stupid fucking GoPro video.
Oh, it's so good,
oh my god.
Oh my god, Johnny's been hurt! Johnny! What's my boy Johnny now? This is the worst thing that's ever happened in my life! This is all your fault! Oh my god, Johnny's been hurt! Johnny! What's my boy Johnny now? This is the worst thing that's ever happened in my life! This is all your fault! That song was called Sk8er Boi.
Okay, that's sick.
R.I.P.
So that was. There's a little bit of a TV section here that we'll stay in. I love Lemmy. I think you love this person. I don't really know anything about this whole world, but this is Trixie Mattel. Mattel?
Yeah.
Is she named after the Barbie parent company?
Yeah, I guess that's probably the joke, yeah.
Okay, interesting. So Trixie Mattel doing Sk8er Boi live with acoustic guitar, 2017. I think it's really nice as a acoustic sing-along.
Yeah. I feel like you'd be having a lovely time if you were there.
I also really want that guitar.
It's a beautiful guitar.
Should we keep going?
Yeah!
5 years from now, she sits at home, feeding a baby, she's all alone.
I feel you'd like Trixie Mattel. The Trixie Mattel originals are quite good.
What do you? Oh, like song? Is it music?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
You know, Trixie Mattel, like it's a little bit. You know, not most necessarily. A lot of drag queen songs follow a pretty tried and true formula, and she does like really sincere, kind of beautiful country music.
Trying to remember the lyrics. Kind of cute, right?
It's cute.
Kinda
It's cute.
Well, then I thought we could check out. I don't think I've ever seen anyone this quirky or indie on American Idol before, but I guess I haven't watched it in decades. It was bound to happen that all the fucking quirky indies would end up on there.
Oh wow, man! Canada's Got Talent is a show now. I saw a lot of ads for it watching the Grammys, and I cannot wait to get into that. Wow, look at how quirky and indie this person.
I've got a very special Canada Got Talent type thing in a second.
Oh really?
What song are you playing?
Who's this guy?
Sk8er Boi.
I don't know.
Is this the new Seacrest or something?
I don't know why that just makes so much
He's
sense.
so down to earth.
I love it.
Look, so much culture is just indie-fied now.
Make it my own.
Yeah, like
it's a weird.
This guy with the beard just like sits down.
You know,
Let's
we've
have a
heard that
little
chorus
rap
before,
sesh
so
about
don't
what
be
you're about
afraid
to.
to explore that chorus a little. Your voice is unique. Be who you want to be. Be that
Who the
person.
fuck is this
that you
loser?
are.
I don't know.
I think
the woman
going
looks so
into
much.
this
She
experience,
looks like
it was really
Elizabeth
cool
Moss.
to see that there's a place for weirdos like me. Let the
Oh,
weird
wow.
go wild.
She's very YB normal for
This
American
week could
Idol.
change my whole frickin' life.
My whole
I just want to make the
frickin'.
judges remember me. I want to stick in their brains. I want to stick in their brains. That's so weird.
Oh, she is so random.
was a boy and she was a girl. Can I make it?
And ironically, she's from Normal, Illinois. Keep Normal weird, more like.
He was a skater boy. She said, see you later, boy. He wasn't good.
For some reason, whenever people play acoustic guitar on American Idol, I'm always like, this isn't a fucking. You're not at a train station busking. Like,
That's right.
You're
It's not a
supposed to be-
campfire.
You're supposed to be doing trills and shit.
Well, don't worry. She's still trilling.
Who's that guy?
Who's that guy? Who's this guy?
I think his name is Luke Bryan. Luke Bryan.
That's Luke Bryan?
Luke Bryan. Yeah, he looks. Doesn't he
What's
look
yours?
like? He looks like the guy who's cheating on the fiance in every romantic comedy.
For sure.
Well, they even have a Statler and Waldorf. But, oh my god, that run!
Oh wow, she ran off wackily.
Too fucking zany for me.
It's too wacky. I can't.
Looks
handle
like
it.
she kept going though, maybe because there's another video by her. She's in a different outfit, so good for her. Leah Marlene from Normal, more like fucking weird and zany as fuck, Illinois. This is really exciting to me. This next one, I can't believe I found this. I don't know what this is. Maybe you'll know. This is something called Cover Me CBC.
Oh fuck! This was like
Cover Me Canada, I guess.
Yeah, this was like cover. It was a cover song contest. Oh, but what was the? This was like a
CBC Cover Me Canada, the biggest, loudest, most entertaining, star-studded musical competition show on television. I feel like there's so many lies in that statement from our national broadcaster.
Wait. Oh no, sorry. It was like Cover Me was also a Canadian TV series that aired in 1998. The premise was that a Quebecois CSIS agent, Pascal Laurier, it's basically Bon Cop, Bad Cop. Quebecois CSIS agent Pascal Laurier is going to be a special undercover assignment with RCMP Corporal Andrew Chase, and Colin Ferguson played Andrew Chase.
I have like this fear that you just surfaced that I'm gonna like be like, oh, let's go to a movie theater we've never been to before here, and we'll go to a Guzzo cinema and accidentally see like Bon Cop 3 or whatever. Like I feel like it's really dangerous here. You're gonna end up seeing something with a French audio track, and it's gonna be one of the Bon Cops. So
yeah, you definitely end up getting Bon Cop.
So this is just like a TV show where people cover songs. I'm looking through the official YouTube channel. A lot of Headley covers on here.
Yes. What was it? Because this must have been one of those, like a format show that they just brought to the CBC from.
Yeah, it must be right
from Belgium or whatever.
And this band is called Living in Red. I was going to guess that they were from Thunder Bay. I was close. They seem to be from Winnipeg. Living in Red is living the dream.
Wow.
Band.
Sorry, by the way, this actually was an original format for the CBC.
So this is the only band to have hailed from the prairies to perform on what is it called? Cover Me Canada.
Cover Me Canada.
Cover Me Canada.
Cover Me Canada.
You're watching Cover Me Canada on CBC. Stay tuned for the debaters. Okay, here we go. Living in Red from St. Vital, Manitoba.
Sk8er Boi was a huge second hit from Avril Lavigne's debut album. Here with their take, this is Living in Red.
It kind of looks like they're in the Dragon's Den set.
Yeah, it definitely is.
They give it some like Snow Patrol vibes though.
She was a girl, can I make it any more obvious?
Yes.
And he was
Yes. Yes. Living in red, baby.
but secretly she won't. And that's when he was a skater boy. She said
This is so good.
So Jurlo from the band told the Winnipeg Free Press, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesdays are stressful days because we perform on TV on Sunday. If we're not eliminated, get our next song on Monday and have to write a different version and record on Tuesday morning. Why didn't we get a CBC show?
I don't understand. Also, the way the Wikipedia is written makes it sound like all of these bands over the course of 9 episodes only had to cover the same 4 songs, which was Sundown by Gordon Lightfoot, Run to You by Bryan Adams, Life is a Highway by Tom Cochrane, and Black Velvet, by Atlanta Myers. But I guess the format expanded.
This is a sick cover, though, actually.
This is so good. So what's this band do? What's the band called again?
I've already started Googling the journalist from Winnipeg Free Press. Living in Red. So good for them. That was a cool cover, though. I liked it.
That was tight. You're right. Yeah, very. Actually,
very speaking of Greg Norrie had like the pre-pop punk midlife crisis treble charger vibes when they were just like a cool kind of indie rock band.
Yeah, totally. It had when Bill Priddle still had some control over the band.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so that's enough of the TV section. Now let's watch some really depressing things. Starting with this improv actor Matthew Terry's dramatic reading of the song in black and white video. Here we go. It says it's a parody.
She was a girl. Can I make it any more obvious? He was a punk. She did ballet. What more can I say? He wanted her. And, she'd never tell, but secretly she wanted him as well. But all of her friends, they stuck up their nose. They had a problem with his baggy clothes.
What does this remind you of?
He was a skater boy. She said, "See you later, boy." He wasn't good enough for her.
Reminds me of being in high school.
She had a pretty face, but her head was up in space.
Oh, for sure.
She needs to come back down to
I've
her.
seen people do these things. I have done these things.
5 years from now.
Why does he say it's a parody? Like, this is obviously very serious.
I guess I think he thinks he's joking.
She turns on the TV, she looks up, and guess who she sees? She sees Sk8er Boi rocking up MTV. She calls up her friends. They already know. They already have tickets to see his show. She tags along. Stands.
I don't know if he thinks he's being funny. That's really it's one of those.
You put parody in there, so you.
It's a real hedge. I mean, the thing is, the person who filmed it is the person who uploaded it, so it's not actually the actor. It's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Either way, deeply uncomfortable and horrible.
Yeah, I hated that. Absolutely hated it.
While we're on YouTube, let's check out just very briefly somebody playing Sk8er Boi while skateboarding.
No. Is that possible?
Stupid gent intro. We're going to be listening to a lot of horrible metal tonight. So this is Danilo Vicari. Hey guys, today I wanted to play Sk8er Boi by Avril Lavigne. While actually skateboarding.
Okay, we got skate cam here.
Oh, look at that. He's clearly
under.
Oh. Fosh Fest. He's wearing a shirt for Fosh Fest. Hey. Whoa. He stole the guitar. So wait, is he going to plug it into something or is this just fake? Oh, phew. iRig.
Oh, wow. Great SpawnCon.
It looks pretty easy, actually.
I mean, I can't skateboard. And I also can't play lead guitar.
Well, look how slow he's going.
I couldn't do any of these things. He is going really slow, though. Like, if anything, I would have, like...
It's almost harder to skateboard that slow.
Yeah. So I would have recorded, like a... slower version of the song, right? And then sped it up. I just think there's a way you could have made this look less embarrassing. And he's not really skateboarding so much as he is like.
I mean, I feel like people who run channels like this don't really know how to be less embarrassing. But God bless him for trying. Congrats on the 30K views you got on there. I mean, it's probably
good job.
Probably a little disappointing for you, but for some, he lists all of his equipment that he used, but he didn't list the skateboard. So I don't even know if he's like a true head or not. But okay, moving along. Now, unfortunately, I'm really sorry. We're going to be stuck in a metal zone for a little while.
Oh, that's fine.
We're about to hit
shred
the metal zone pedal. So this is Sk8er Boi. This is listed as a pop punk metal version, but there's like already all this really stupid. Oh, it just sounds disgusting.
You know what I'm realizing? It's like in the same way that you've opened up my eyes to this is fucking terrible. You've opened up this thing that I never considered, which is that like there are people amongst us who have only experienced hardcore through 856 videos. Now it's becoming a cliche. I will stop saying it. But like we've watched these videos like a few times, and you've been like, oh, it's gent or whatever it is, and I'm like. I'm realizing that something that never occurred to me is because this guy's got and again, like I like Star Wars, but that shirt's fucking. He's got this like Hoth kind of like battle shirt,
and the guitarist has like 100 strings on his guitar.
But even just like the way the beard and the toque are, it's just like I'm now realizing that this is a guy who probably has never even been to a metal show.
Yeah, he
like
only knows.
These people only know metal from Rob Scallion or whatever. Who, like, I think is cool.
And that's
and like Jared Dines.
Are there people who like Degent in real life, or is that specifically on YouTube that they like it?
I mean, I guess it's like people definitely like Meshuggah, but like the rest of this shit, I don't.
Hit the chorus, okay?
Yeah, fine. Like, but just definitely all these people only exist on the internet.
Sketch in the middle. To be honest, now, do you want me to say something that'll make you really angry?
Yes.
This is kind of what the band Torch sounds like to me.
You don't mean that. You don't mean that. You're just trying to hurt me.
Here's Leo Moracchioli. A metal cover of Sk8er Boi. They said it couldn't be done.
Oh, skateboard.
Oh, skateboarding. It's kind of a different kind of YouTuber metal, though.
Yeah,
it's like you've only heard metal on like YTV.
Yeah. He was a boy, she was a girl. No, I actually buy this guy. This is like this seems like a pretty real type of dude.
It's true. It's like
you know what I mean. He's got that hair, the fucking beard.
He was laid off from Long and McQuaid 6 years ago, but he still lives in the back. No one. Everyone's like, did I just see this guy? But nah, he's gone. Leo hasn't worked here in years.
This is a guy who likes Devin Townsend too much, which is another type of metal guy.
Yeah. But also, this is what Mastodon sounds like, truly. It is.
Oh my god, Mastodon doesn't even sound this good.
Metal is just like really, honestly, probably the worst genre ever. Let's be honest. There's like maybe like 1% of metal is so sick and almost saves it, but the rest of it is this stuff.
Which is sick, also.
It is also sick. Sk8er Girl, they went in and switched it, metal cover, which is also funny because since none of this song is the song in first person ever, like I don't think you'd really need to gender swap it if you're a homophobic metaler who doesn't want to seem.
No, maybe they're just trying to empower the girl. Although, like none of the rhymes work. Then I guess it's girl.
I guess we'll find out.
Later, boy. She said, "Yes, it's boy and boy."
Oh yeah, just fucking drop it. Get it heavier.
Look at the size of those pants. Oh wow.
Oh yeah, these guys are like also not metal at all.
No.
He was a boy, she was a girl.
Yeah, this is sick. These guys are such nerds. It's so sick.
Like they look like a band from a '90s like teen sitcom. Like it looks like a Breaker High, band plays at the school dance,
or like Gleaming the Cube, even or something.
Yeah, no, they're not even. This is so Gleaming the Cube.
Yeah.
Who are these people?
Like, they have like no subcultural signifiers at all.
No.
They look like kind of like they don't even look like narcs. Like they don't even have any. Devin Lamont is the uploader.
So the singer, for context, everyone is just like a NPC-looking white guy with like the sort of polarized Ray-Ban sunglasses that you like get for free when you go to spring break or whatever. And then he has like just a shirt that looks like it came from, I guess, like Urban Outfitters or something. It's like
not even. It's like
it's graffiti on it.
I would say it's like Target graphic tee.
Yeah, and like a heather gray Target graphic tee, and then like really light jeans, like
that are just like it's almost like they have no, like they don't even have a Levi's number on them. They're just like they're just jeans,
just jeans.
It's honestly so sick. I love Dev's jams. Maybe is it in a different country? No?
No, because they showed skaters at this park at the beginning who looked like real skaters.
Also, this is only from last year somehow.
No, that kind of, because like the pants on the first skater that we saw were like so like nouveau contemporary throwback.
Yeah.
Pants.
9-bar skate. Oh, big reveal. This is in Lethbridge, Alberta, baby.
Okay. There we go. I like you being like, is this from another country? And you're like, well, basically, yeah.
So sick.
Like, we can't just be sitting here like roasting people. Well, they haven't had much exposure to North American culture.
Yeah. All the way down there in Lethbridge. So sick.
This is
my God. Shut
unbelievable.
All right, up next. I think this one's also metal. This is Josh Childress and Landon something. Yes. The riff sounds so much worse the heavier it gets. Just disgusting.
All right, let's.
He was a boy.
Oh, yeah.
Can I make it?
What is this? What is this kind of music? It sounds like Fest.
He wanted her. She never tell. Secretly she was.
Yeah, like this is basically, yeah. Back to Fest month, the road back.
I think it gets more metal, maybe. What? Are they? None of these people make it clear enough whether they're joking or not, and they just really want to hedge so that in case you think it's actually heavy and sick, that you still like it. I mean, Josh and Landon have photoshopped themselves into some kind of funny. Actually, I think that's the Avril engagement photo. That they're on with,
I see that they're
with like
playing
metal
with
things in the background too.
Oh,
but
a
like
little spooky.
I don't know if
I don't understand. Again, it's just the internet or whatever.
this is what like I'm pretty sure this is what New Discharge sounds like. But yeah, terrible.
That is what New Discharge sounds like for sure.
Okay, I think we're still. Let me see. Okay, now we've entered the rocker chick zone. So in addition to metal, there's a lot of rocker chicks who love to rock out. This is Marcella rocking out. She's a rocker chick and she rocks. Here we go. But I also just thought,
she's already rocking.
She looks very Degrassi The Next Generation.
He was a boy. She was a girl. Can I make it any more obvious? He was a punk. She did ballet. What more can I say?
Honestly, even with the
shirt, I'm gonna get that shirt.
The Bono speech too. Like whenever someone says the word punk, I just get really excited. The lyrics to this, you know, just hearing the word punk is like still has so much power.
That's the thing. You can't take away punk's power.
So that's that rocker chick.
Everyone, people are too expressive when they sing this.
I know. This is Jessie J.
Okay.
She's wearing an April Lavigne outfit, but guess what? She just shreds. She doesn't sing. She just fucking shreds it.
So this guitar is pretty sick. All the inlays look like they're metal themed. Okay, so she's not singing it right. She's just shredding. So
yeah, this is it's JJ's one girl band.
sick. Okay, I'm trying to get the inlays are one's a straight razor on the 3rd fret. On the 5th fret, it looks like pliers or scissors.
This is from Deutschland.
The 7th is a knife.
In case you were thinking that this kind of unclear subcultural non-signifiers, you might have thought it was in Lethbridge again, but this is actually in Deutschland.
This is her stringing her guitar.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Jassy J, that's what's up.
This is definitely giving Lethbridge for sure.
Oh, she did a little funny look to represent the riff.
Just
whoa! I can
standing in skate parks playing this song. It's so beautiful.
I'm gonna go do that at the Myland skate park.
I bet the skaters would love it. Hey guys, just gonna film a little video here.
Just some middle-aged man doing a Sk8er Boi cover. Maybe I'll get in a Jankum video. Kennedy Noel up next. I think another rocker chick. I can't remember exactly. Oh yeah, well this one is at the Hard Rock Cafe.
Oh, this is the hardest place for chicks to rock.
Yeah, in Nashville, no less.
And she's definitely wearing a vest that recalls the Black Parade uniforms, which Lil Nas X was wearing at the Grammys.
Oh. And then bass player's wearing a bald guy at Fast Hat.
Yeah. The guitar player definitely has a fashion ball.
Yeah, like, I guess when you go see cover bands in Nashville, they're probably all, like, trying to make it.
Oh, for sure. These guys are musicians.
I mean, she's just rocking. I don't know. I just included it because it was at the Hard Rock Cafe. I guess, you know, you think of Hard Rock Cafe, you think of this kind of music, and you might think of the mall punk, right? Well, here's someone singing it in Opry Mills Mall.
Oh, so we're staying in Nashville, eh?
I guess. Oh, is this? You think this is the Grand Ole Opry Mall? Probably. Eh?
I mean, there's
it is.
There's like a mall beside the Grand Ole Opry. I imagine it's called Opry Mills.
You're absolutely right. When I was in Nashville, I was very sad that I didn't. Oh no, maybe it's in Memphis. Where's the Bass Pro Shop that's in a pyramid?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's in Memphis, and I didn't go, and I really wish I did.
I mean, that is really the premium Memphis. Previous Memphis destination. What is this? Is this like a talent show or something?
I don't know. 2015 summer.
Yeah, that's all I can see.
It says, well, the description, I need to paste the description to you because it doesn't really do it justice to just read it out loud, at least for you. It opens with asterisk, sigh, asterisk. I love being with the Sk8er Boi. Winky smile. Ha 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 ha. Sup, peeps? I was hanging at Opry Mills Mall last month in Nashville and decided to do a cover. And then it's the emoji that has a P with a tongue out. And I finally put it up. So take a look, rock out, dance, etc. And like, subscribe, and or share this video. Loves. Hope you like it. Keep it rocking, and God bless you all. Jessica Rod Schaefer. Thanks, Jessica.
Thanks, Jessica. What a positive message to put out into the world.
She kind of made it seem like she was just like at the mall and then went up to the stage.
Singing.
It kind of does have that vibe. Did you see that video of like the movie
like
wasn't the movie wasn't loading at that theater and then some lady like just did stand up?
I did see that. Yeah,
that was so cool.
I kept kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop on that, but it is just a lady just did stand up.
She should have sung Sk8er Boi instead. I mean, Jessica is way less embarrassing than that lady.
No, yeah, Jessica. They're just like, and post the photo with some emojis, and that's fine.
Okay, this is called Tyler. And I don't really get what this one is, but it's a cover. I can't figure out, like, the thing about this one is, so it says Tyler Official Music. It could be a Rebecca Black type of thing, and it also could be like an e-girl, very hip kind of thing. Like, already you're like,
well,
what
it could be this? It could be a Rebecca Black 2022, or it could be a Rebecca Black.
That's true. Rebecca Black is really the common thread.
15 or whatever, yeah. I don't know which one we're getting here. Okay, I'm thinking original flavor Rebecca Black.
Yeah, there's like Wii graphics in the background. This is so cool already.
I mean, yeah. Okay, I actually don't know.
It's impossible to tell. Look at her outfit. She's wearing like a really cool black and white bucket hat with like doodles on it, and then a center print Nike swoosh, like velvet top.
But then she's like looking off to the side for the lyrics, which like feels a little. Yeah, like I honestly can't tell. Oh my god! And now there's like an inset of her. I can't tell if she knows.
Does she have a Lethbridge accent?
Okay, well, I gotta. I'm gonna
Tyler
spoil this for
official
myself.
music.
I need to look at how the videos. I can't tell.
It's so. Welcome to the official page of Tyler. Here you will find all the videos of her gigs. Tyler's Desire, Tyler Swift, Tyler's 90s. Tyler is a fantastic young vocalist who has over 6 years experience performing in popular duos, trios, bands. From holiday parks, social clubs to casinos.
I think that this is original Rebecca Black.
But I also
this is fucking crazy.
Now I
the
think
aesthetics of these videos are insane.
Now it's like it's not even like it's a teen who was at a mall and got roped into getting their parents to spend $500 on this video. It's like this seems to be some sort of promotional video for you to hire Tyler to come play at your casino in the UK.
I would hire Tyler to come play. This video is so strange.
I love it. It's
wow.
So cool. All right. Up next is I can't remember what this one is. But, oh, yeah, this one's really weird, too. I think this one, the guys, they pretended it's a live cover, but he's playing an electric guitar.
Maybe he's got a pedal.
But it sounds so acoustic. There's no way there's no pedal that makes
pedals.
He was a boy, she was a girl. Can I make it any
She has a little middle finger on her shirt, too.
He was a punk. She did ballet.
This is Sam Bibbs music.
Sam Bibbs.
Sam Bibbs.
He wanted her. She never
Sam
told.
Bibbs, fuck you for lying about that acoustic guitar. Just bring your acoustic guitar outside then. What are you doing? Like, what is that? Look at his fanny pack.
What? Which one of them do you think is Sam Bibbs?
Oh, well, I already know. Well, who do you think is Sam Bibbs?
I think the singer is Sam Bibbs. No, I think the guitar player is Sam Bibbs.
Well, you know what's funny?
Sorry, girl, but you.
That fanny pack and the fact that it's Herschel too is like fucking me up so badly. It's like the aesthetic. You're right. The aesthetics are all over the place. It's so unnerving. You're kind of right no matter what you guess because the guitarist's name is Sam Bibbs, but the singer is named Samantha. So perhaps
Bibbs.
I don't.
Are they both Bibbs? Are they two Sam Bibbs?
I don't know her surname to be fair, but maybe there's a little.
I got two Bibbs.
Two Bibbs to Paradise. An overly dramatic cover.
Two Bibbs to Paradise.
Of Sk8er Boi.
That's good.
This one is like they're hedging again because it's like an overly dramatic cover of Sk8er Boi. Like, is it a joke or is it serious? Lauren Collard. I'm not 100% sure why I made this, but I did, and here it is. Smiley face. P.S. Sorry, the vocals sound so bad. I mean, should we even watch it?
You know what? I think it's our duty.
Like, just have some faith in yourself. Because also, great ASMR sounds to load it.
Yeah.
There's like a bird chirping. Welcome to an overly dramatic cover of Sk8er Boi and a gal with zero balance fooling around on a skateboard for the first time.
I was really confused because zero balance. My brain went New Balance because she was putting on shoes, and I was like, "Those are Vans."
Also, they weren't.
Or
They were
Converse.
Converse.
Yeah, sorry.
But they're like those weird discount Converse.
They're like the cons that look like Vans, you know?
Yeah. This is like. I wish this was presented a little bit more pretentiously because it's actually like so sick.
Yeah, this is so good.
It's so relaxing with these videos. She's doing great on the skateboard too.
The cuts are awesome.
Great piano-ing. So sick. Lauren, you need to update the caption on here. Make it more confident. She's in Australia too. Not Lethbridge, if you were thinking.
Maybe I'm sure Australia has its own Lethbridge.
All right.
Everywhere does. That was beautiful.
Kind of in the same realm of that overly dramatic one. This one is called Haunting Renditions. And it's it is very haunting. It's very upsetting and awful. Just a spoiler alert for those listening at home. Unless you're the guy who made it, and in which case I love it. Elliot is your name. You can keep us from the stage, but you can't keep the Avril Lavigne Kroger from our hearts. Recorded live at home and then heavily edited.
She was a girl. Can I make it any more obvious? He was a
This guy also looks like somebody.
She did ballet.
Which makes me think that he's joking.
Yeah, but like,
he wanted her.
is anyone ever really joking? I mean, it comes from somewhere, you know?
She wanted him as well. All of her friends stuck up their nose. They had a problem with his baggalos.
He's kind of singing like Jack Black.
Yeah, totally.
See you later, boy. He wasn't good enough for her. She had a
Do you think this is a joke?
but her head was
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, this guy actually performed with Trixie Mattel.
Oh, shit.
5 years from now.
Oh, I hate that one so much.
This guy's a producer on Broad City and iCarly.
Oh my God! There
He's
you go.
a writer on
clearly
New
doesn't
Girl.
Clearly knows nothing about jokes. So no, that wasn't a joke.
Oh, so he does look familiar because he's on Broad City.
Oh, really? Are you sure you're not thinking of Hillary Clinton?
Yes, Elliot.
Okay, now we're into. We finally made it through the toughest part, and now we're into a really sick spot. This is. I think this one was described as. Let me see. Screamo cover. Now look at what this band looks like. It's this kind of screamo. It's scene sticky caps, MySpace screamo with like the most fucked art I've ever seen. Like so much hair straightening going. There's so much hair.
Yes.
I actually believe that the effects are coming from the burnt hair from their flat iron.
So many light. What's that word? Yeah.
This band is called Next Stop Mars, and also the upload of this is just a photo, but it is worth pointing out that it is a .wmv file on here.
He was a skater boy, she said to you later, boy. He wasn't good enough for her. She had a pretty face, her head was up his face. She needed to come back down to earth. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Former support act for Sk8er Boi.
Oh! Okay, this is sick.
He was a boy,
what the
she was a girl. Can I make it
I hope they start doing some screamoing.
He was a punk, she took ballet.
I love that it just sounds like a bad rip too.
He wanted her, she never told. Secretly she wanted him as well. But all of her friends stuck up their
Are they going to start screaming, you think? Oh, here we go. Ooh. I think I got to skip ahead. Here we go.
Yeah.
I knew it was coming. Very sick. Very sick.
That was cool. That's the kind of music that I just want to listen to all the time.
Yeah. So I think
as a general rule,
this might be from 2017, which doesn't make sense, does it?
No, absolutely not.
Maybe, I'm looking. Well, I'm reading.
That could not be right.
Celebmix.com. Maybe the author, the author Nikki Smith. Maybe it was aggregated wrong or something. But it is worth pointing out that this is the author's photo on there. She's kind of doing the spread vagina fingers with her tongue out.
Yeah,
so that's cool. Next up, Mars Sk8er Boi. Up next is Love Eczema. And this is listed as.
Be careful! You can't make jokes.
You can't even make a fucking joke
anymore
these days.
Who knows? I mean, chilling effect on the world of eczema jokes.
Censorship. This is described as an emo grind metal version, and I think it might be called that because of what you were describing earlier of people who've only heard extreme music from YouTube videos. Because I feel like this is just kind of sound. Well, you'll hear.
Yeah.
So thin.
I mean, that part's accurate.
That sounds so cool. This is the rock mix, by the way. Dr. Acula666 says, clean part is suck. And Joshua Myers said, holy fuck, this was bad.
I actually do think that this is like, this actually sounds like real, like quote unquote, something British, you know?
Yeah.
Like John Peel would be like, this is, oh yeah.
This part's cool.
Yeah, this is it.
It just goes to like,
what the fuck?
It sounds like Zit Remedy after.
Yeah, that's very strange journey to go on.
Love eczema. How do you even pronounce it? I shouldn't.
I would say
shouldn't
eczema,
learn.
but I don't know.
I don't want to say it. I don't think we should be saying that word.
That's true. That's not our word.
Okay, this one's really cool. I think this might be like already. I just got such good vibes from it. It was uploaded by
look at this art.
TuneCore Japan. The art is like incredible. It looks like the hippest flash sheet you've ever seen. I think the band is called Secret 7 Line 7 Locust. I'm gonna have to do some Googling in a second here, but this is what it sounds like, and it's so tight.
I mean, this is, yes. Oh, yeah.
Formed in 1998 until 2007. Melodic punk and easycore from Japan. And they're now called Spicy Socks.
Oh, this is so good.
The singer is a graduate of Osaka University School of Dentistry and holds a dentist license.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You can hear those straight teeth.
Man, I think Spicy Socks is a better name than Secret 7 Line, but this artwork is just incredible.
It's so good.
This is easily the best version of the song.
Yeah, like, absolutely.
Yeah. So sick.
Yeah, that was fucking awesome.
Oh,
that's the best version that we've heard.
I forget what this one is. Oh yeah, this is just fucking horrible.
Tyler Ward featuring Jacob Fox just has like bad vibes.
Like this one, I think is not presented as a joke in any way, but it could. Oh, this guy has 2 million subscribers. Damn. Congratulations. This cover, someone named Chrissy 10 months ago said, this cover made me realize that I never listened closely to the lyrics before. Love your version of this song. It's just like 2 youth pastors. Look at this. He's got a Tony Hawk skateboard and he's sitting on an indoor bike while doing it. Wait, are they joking that they don't know how to skate? Maybe. This is serious though, right?
I think so.
5 years from now, she's just at home.
She's just at home.
She's all alone. She turns on TV. Guess who she sees? Sk8er Boi rocking MTV.
It's so uncomfortable. Oh my god! And also, like, man is so sweaty, but also sexy. I feel like I'm at least at second base with him while watching this.
When someone's that sweaty, you know. It's on.
I kind of like put this really sweaty, sexy guy in the wrong spot because I think the next one is extremely good vibes again. This is someone named Yoga Garrick. And he's just like chilling, hanging out, and he's got an
I love a poolside cover.
Look at his acoustic guitar too. It says Dick Lips, Newfound Glory, MXPX, No Use for a Name, Green Day, and it also says Good Cunt on it. Is that a band, you think? I don't want to Google it.
Could just be a statement. Yeah. Oh, they're all having such a nice time. There's some beers on the table.
He's like doing some crazy strumming too.
He's got real, like, Derek Ridley hair, too.
Yeah.
Definitely when you look up Sk8er at some point in my research, it was like, is Sk8er Boi about Derek? And I was like, guys, come on, the timeline. She's the Sk8er Boi also.
Yeah, that's like
beautiful.
It's so that was Yoga Garrick, which I just thought was a cool name too.
Great name, great vibe.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna see what I don't understand what this one is, and I know this is the name of Billie Joe Armstrong's canceled son's band. I think Swimmers, right? Was that what they're called?
Oh yeah, I think so.
I think part of the
one
great
of these boys
burger.
canceled. Or
No, but that's what
children?
I'm saying. I don't think this is that, but I don't really know what this is. It's called. So it's listed as Swimmers, and it also says live starring you. I think I keep accidentally. Oh no, but it is Swimmer. It is Swimmers page.
No, this is them. Yeah, because they. Yeah, 2004 to present. I mean, this is probably that's long enough ago. Currently inactive following sexual assault allegations.
So this is their page, but I don't think any of these What the fuck is this? So this maybe it's all the ones that aren't Billie Joe Armstrong's kids, but they look.
Yeah, because he's the drummer, so maybe he just wasn't. They just didn't care.
But look at these like three. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. Aryan boys that are just like
they are definitely three Aryan boys.
They're just they don't look like they became part of the great burger cancellation of whatever year that was. But anyways, so I guess this actually is them. But watch this video.
He was a boy, she was a girl. Can I make it any more obvious?
What is live starring you?
She did ballet.
I don't know. Like so there's like a host here who's like holding out a mic to them, like they're interviewing them, and then there's just this corner. What the? I don't understand.
Yeah, that's so. And then it's. I thought that it was maybe going to be something else that wasn't them, and it was like an. I honestly thought that I had found the next mule. Maybe it's called. Maybe it's live starring you had one of its best interviews ever when teen reporter Jessica M sat down for half hour with Daryl of DMC. So maybe this is like an ongoing YouTube show where Jessica M makes people sing things.
I guess that's what it looks like.
It's giving me some LCJ vibes, which I really appreciate. LCJ
live starring you.
Yeah.
This is disconcerting.
It's very strange. But anyways, I'm skipping a few, but it's because I've got some really great ones. This one I need to load it up, but pause it. This is like some extreme Langley School's music project shit. This is Sk8er Boi cover, a class of 6-year-old Taiwanese kids singing Avril Lavigne's Sk8er Boi. And it's exactly that, and it's wonderful.
I like the crowd noise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cardboard cutout guitars.
Yeah, so it's like these small children classroom. They look
Let's get
really
ready to
small,
rock.
but the ceiling also looks really low. Like it looks like a very tiny room.
They're better at pogoing than Avril.
They're getting way more air. And then the classroom is all seated on the floor wearing like matching track jackets. Oh my god.
So sick.
This is unbelievable. It's just like never not being like right there at 11. Oh my god,
so good.
That's so sweet.
So okay, a couple more. This is a K-pop star who I think is quite big. I don't know how to say the name. I think it's Huning Kai. A little bit of Jet vibes. Very cool animated GIF to accompany the song.
Yeah, this is like a great, just like little flip. I don't know if that's what it is.
It's a kickflip. Come on.
That's not a kickflip.
Come on, Sam. No, maybe it's not. Maybe it's a heel flip, actually.
Yeah. That's the thing is I was going to say kickflip and I thought you were going to make fun of me because it's obviously not a kickflip.
I don't know. I actually don't know either. But have you ever seen the movie Yeah Right? The Spike Jonze? Have you at least seen Spike Jonze' skate movies? Because, man.
Of course I've seen Yeah Right. You and I are the same age.
Owen Wilson is so good in there. He never gets old.
We all had to watch Yeah Right.
I mean, honestly, I think I just played it because that person seems pretty famous, but it kind of sucks.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it was fine.
Okay.
The GIF was cool.
But there's a couple more that are worth it. This is the Holophonics. I think I'm...
Okay.
I was thinking the other day, though, I think I'm done with, like, pretending ska is good. It's too annoying now.
Josiah, ska has a rich history.
Yeah,
so you're over the like sort of critical ska reappraisal.
I was thinking we spent so many years saying Blink-182 is actually good, and then that got so annoying so fast for people to say that. And now we're letting it happen again with ska. I think we should stop saying things are actually good. If you have to say actually, then it's not good.
I think ska is sort of like MGK. You know, like it's fine if you like it, but it doesn't make it good. Some things can't just be bad. I do appreciate that the sax player has a shirt that says Tailgate Committee, though. Maybe that's a band, but I just like the phrase. Because these guys definitely look like they all live together in this house.
I mean, it's pretty good. It
sounded cool, though.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Now, we've been so blessed lately to be covering songs that allow us to visit the old postmodern jukebox.
Oh, fucking goddamn it, man.
It's a Motown.
We don't have to visit it.
You got it. When you see this tambourine guy in this video, just look at him already. Look at his fucking face.
Okay, I like him now. Is that Seth Meyers? I think that's like basically just like if you were to ask me what Seth Meyers is like, I'd say this. Could not even be fussed to memorize the lyrics, eh? The singer's just holding up a sheet of 8.5 by 11 paper.
Imagine being like, look at him now. Well, remember there was like
I'm looking.
Remember there was that
looking away.
Remember there was that like 3 years where the best normie personality was to be into the Dap Kings or whatever. That was like the thing to be like an interesting normie. That was cool.
Yeah. The Dap Kings do rock, but like
this one, I just feel like there's something about this that like it should be hitting harder. A Motown cover of this song should be like banging, and it's just feeling a little tense. I don't know.
I can't imagine why the postmodern jukebox is not able to truly conjure the spirit of Motown in their Avril Lavigne cover.
Have you noticed when it's not the clown, it's always different people? Like, is it maybe a pay for play?
That's what I was thinking.
Scheme?
I was like,
do you have to like pay to get featured on their page? Because that's pretty tight.
It's never the same set. It's never the same musicians. It's just like an awful cover played by the worst people imaginable.
It's just they probably target like board game cafes with sign up sheets. Pay for play. Well, here's a much better version of that, which is this fella did a brass quintet and drum arrangement. That's Jordan drumming, as you can see with the label. Look at this guy. Look how horny he is. Look at all the shit behind him, too.
Yeah, I was like, what's behind him?
This is so much better, though.
Yeah, this is great. What is behind him? It's like a pile of trash.
It's like that picture
but it's like
where
rap.
You can't see what any of the items are. That JPEG.
I mean, this is sick.
It's so good. It's delightful.
Yeah, like these are the young people that should be allowed to play. Like,
I feel like we're gonna do it differently this week because we should say our final thoughts over this one, but then I want to play one more cover after.
Okay.
So I hate this song, but I like the journey that it's taken us on, and I mean that's kind of always my final thought. But it's true. I mean, this song sucks, but Avril Lavigne is so sick, and I'm glad that I'm almost glad that she got all of her worst, cheesiest, most industry plant proclivities out in one song, so that the rest of it can just be awesome.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, I'm so excited for Avril Avril Lavigne, go on this journey with you. Unlike, I compared this to All the Small Things, but I do feel like the difference is that if I could be at a bar right now and this song were to come on, I would be fucking hyped. And maybe that means that the song is actually good. Because what is its purpose if not bringing people together through magic?
Supporting big alcohol.
Exactly. So I love Sk8er Boi. I love Avril.
Well, let's end with this version from this fella. It's the genre of middle-aged person with a green screen.
Oh, yes.
Again,
you gotta put this up on the internet, right?
New discharge sound. This is Blitz Bop doing it. This has 100 views since 2020. I mean, it's just fucking charged. He's in front of a green screen with like classic mosh pit footage. He kind of looks like Alex Jones.
Yeah, it almost like there's a light that's like reflecting in a weird way on him, so it almost looks like he's projecting this old footage on himself.
Yeah, it's so sick.
Like the effect is he actually standing in front of a projector? I think he's standing in front of a projector, dude.
Oh my god, you think? That's even better.
Yeah, because it's you can see the way the colors like in the center of his emotions. 100%. So this guy has a projector that's just playing like I don't even know, like some classic like Sex Pistols Viz while he sings in Ramones. This is fucking crazy.
It's so sick. He's from Germany, not Lethbridge.
Yeah. No one from Lethbridge could do this.
I thought I'd just fact check and talk a bit about Avril and skating, or Avril and skate punk, because her authenticity as someone interested in the genre of skate punk, just pop punk culture in general, and also skateboarding was, called into question a lot in the early 2000s. I mean, there's footage of her skateboarding in her early videos. If you want to go into it, her two boyfriends from high school, Blake Thompson and Jim Bakley. Jim Bakley definitely looks pretty skate punk. I mean, I'll let you Google him if you want. Also, I will say that she is on record back from 2002 saying Blink-182 changed her life. So, I mean, you can talk about that. She said they're the first band she ever heard that went country, apart from Goo Goo Dolls. In my sort of research, I also acquired the book Avril Lavigne, the unofficial book by Joe Thorley, which was published in 2003. And it says that Avril is rumoured to be dating a Sk8er Boi called Tim Sk8er. Now, I can't find any record of this online, any mention of this anywhere else. So it is an analogue source, But I did Google Tim Sk8er and found out at the time when he would have been mentioned, he was a student at Princeton University and he was in a band called Fabled. Now, this is just a normie guy. It's just a guy, not famous. I don't know. I know she spent a lot of time in New York, and I think she wrote the album in New York, so maybe she came into contact or met this guy skating. I don't know. But if you Google him, LinkedIn comes up. There's also an Instagram account where Tim Sk8er is undergoing a Radiohead flute journey. So, look out for that. But don't tell him I sent you, because that's a bit weird. As an addendum, Sk8er Boi has been rumoured to have actually been written about the guy Mark Gold from a pop punk band called Off by One that she met when she was doing some sessions in California for Let Go. Something for you to Google.
This is a long time coming. It's been nearly impossible to book her, but she's finally here. We've got the one and only Call Me Ray Jepsen, aka Georgia. Georgia, you're finally getting to shine on a normal, regular episode interview.
I've turned you down so many times.
You have. You actually have. I'm trying to think. There's a few artists that I invited you on to talk about, and you're like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, no.
You've been playing real hard to get. Other than the fact that you've been also contributing something to the pod almost every single week this year so far.
Yeah.
But I guess for those who aren't up on all the lore, the people who are kind of poser Fairweather fans, let's start at the beginning. Who are you?
I'm just some person online.
Aren't we all?
Yeah. I as a child was deeply obsessed with the band Blink-182, like many people were. And then I also have like followed Rachel online since for like a decade. And I remember she recommended the pod in a Guardian article. It might have even been before that I like was like, I'm gonna have to listen to it, and I didn't listen to it all. I just listened to a bit, and then eventually once I'd like caught up completely, I got on Twitter and stuff.
So you're talking about Rachel, aka Fur Coat, the hair editor, a very early pod adopter.
Yeah.
I think
mother.
The groundbreaker of the UK pod. I would love to know, like, I mean, you have pretty good taste, and I feel like we're probably like I'm always kind of surprised that you like the pod. I feel like we would be your worst nightmare.
I think you've said a few things like in passing about me, about how I would like probably be embarrassed about things you like, and I'm like, no, I'm really not. I got all of my like pretentious stuff out when I was a child.
Right. Yeah.
But we do hate a lot of the same things and a lot of the same people, which
Sam. You mean Sam?
Yeah.
That's great. So you've been like, you've been in the pod ether for a very long time. Obviously, a huge part where you really started to shine was when we watched the All the Small Things TV show on the Twitch streams.
It feels like a decade ago.
I think it might have been.
It was 2 years ago exactly, I think.
I think I've been doing this podcast for 100 years.
Yeah, you
some
have.
kind of curse on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's so weird to just feel like those were the glory days, thinking about Tonks.
Tonks in the bin. God.
Wow. We were so young then. But then most recently, like, you do have this skill for kind of recapping or like presenting information. So this year for February and for MCR, you've been providing us with facts and readings. I mean, what's that? Tell us about your process for that.
I retain information about things, and I'm the person that people go for like briefings on pop culture stuff and just in general on like news and politics as well. So I'm pretty good at summarizing things. I'm pretty good at remembering shit that I probably shouldn't. Yeah.
Was there anything that you kind of went into either February or MC Arch, like that not knowing, and then came out and you're like, damn, that's really interesting?
Most of the actual facts about the music itself, because I wasn't as familiar with that. Like, I hadn't heard the Black Parade up until like the pandemic, basically. Because with my Cam in particular, I like found them before they had their second album out, and then after the second album came out, like I liked it and stuff, but by the time Black Parade came out, I was already like 1 year too cool for them. And Fall Out Boy as well. Whenever I had a CDR of their first album, but like that was it.
So those were some things that you had before. What you've coined. If people aren't on the Patreon, I mean, Georgia really is thriving on there too. Even this week, I'm saying this even though it hasn't happened yet, but we listened to the full MGK album, and of course we listened to the full Avril album last month or whenever that was. But people who aren't behind the paywall have been missing some primo Georgia content. But something that we talked about behind there that we haven't talked about in front is what you've coined. I don't know if you've coined it, but I credit you with the wanker era saying.
Yeah, having a wanker phase.
Yeah.
a lot of people have like contacted me and been like, oh, I've been trying to pinpoint my wanker phase. And then a lot of people are like, oh, I think I've just always been in a wanker phase. I'm like, well, then you haven't had one. If you think you've always been in one, then you haven't had one. And if you think you've never had one, then you're not cool. That's we need to define it.
That's really interesting. So so it sounds like yours, you can explain what it is in a second, but it sounds to me like yours was you heard My Chemical Romance and Fall Out Boy, and then you went into your wanker phase, and then you came out of it?
I was really precocious with music. I was like deep into pop punk when I was in single figures. And I guess if we're talking about Avril, we can maybe come to that later. But by the time I was like 11, 12, I was already deep in like 70s punk and proto-punk and coming into post-punk and just like finding out about no wave and noise rock and stuff before like I'd even hit puberty, before I was even a teenager. And I think a lot of people, when they think about their trajectory, it always seems to be a few years later for them. So I'm just a freak.
So you had an early onset wanker syndrome.
Well, I had no friends, so
was it like were you using SoulSeek or something, or what was your guidance through your wanker phase?
Oh god. Yeah, we had person to person.
Okay.
Never had SoulSeek, which people are always really surprised because of some of the things I like, but I don't, like, I'm not swayed by reviews or, like, stuff that people around me are listening to. I always just sort of have a gut instinct to know if I like something or if I don't, or if it interests me or doesn't.
I'm curious that you said I love that if you've never had a wanker phase, then you're not cool. I agree with that. However, you've said that you can't have always been in your wanker phase. I'm curious, thinking about my own life and how old I am.
Maybe I've always been in one as well.
Well, I'm curious, like, can you have more than one? Can you kind of, I feel like I dip in and out of wanker phase, maybe.
Yeah, I feel like maybe it's something you can turn on or turn off depending on how contrarian you're feeling.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes the most contrarian thing you can do is to like popular things. And then sometimes you got to flip the switch back. It's all about turning the lights off when everyone has them on and vice versa.
And getting really into whatever it is you're into them. Well, I mean, you've had a Greta Van Fleet phase recently.
It's true. Well, it is Classic Rock Month, so that's really who we should be talking about.
Saluting.
So where does Avril Lavigne fit into this trajectory?
So I'm going to age myself and dox myself. I was 9 when Let Go came out. By that time, I was already obsessed with Blink-182, and also Sum 41 had sort of hit the scene the year before. So Christmas 2001, I got a Sum 41 hoodie.
I'd like to know, like, so let's paint a picture of like location as well, because I don't think we've talked about how you live. Where do you live again?
Newcastle.
Is it Newcastle upon Tyne or whatever?
On Tyne, yeah.
What does that mean? Also,
it's above the river.
Okay, so I'm sure everyone else knew that, and I didn't. But
yeah. So
was pop punk popular there, or were you being contrarian even by embracing Blink-182 and Sum 41?
In my age group, nobody was listening to music.
Did they
other than like
take
what the
that?
parents listened to or give them? Take That's a little bit earlier. But Robbie Williams definitely. It was we're coming out of the wave of it being like, you know, Britney, Christina.
Okay.
Not to reference Good Charlotte, but to reference Good Charlotte. And I mean, I loved like a lot of stuff. My parents were into like soul and like R&B, a little bit of hip hop, funk, disco. So like my mum was playing like Kiss FM at home and would like buy me a Eurodance compilation. And then I just decided that I got into pop punk, and it was like I had the Green Day Greatest Hits that came out 2001. I didn't have a Green Day album. I had the Greatest Hits.
Well, that's all you really need.
Well, yeah. I'm sure that's got Jar on it as well. Blink-182. God. Yeah, and then it was all men. It was all boys singing songs until like Avril and Michelle Branch came along.
Right.
So pretty significant for me, because if you know me, you know that like probably out of spite, I don't listen to a lot of new music that's like fronted by men and sung by men. It's always a thing that stuck with me.
And that started with Avril, you think?
I think it was significant with Avril. I think, yeah.
Wow.
Because then everything that came after, yeah. Like,
so was like Sk8er Boi like played on the radio in Newcastle upon Tyne?
Yeah. Complicated was huge. Sk8er Boi was huge. And then, Complicated was the first single.
So tell me about like going to buy the Avril CD.
Well, I got it. I didn't buy it myself.
Oh, okay.
I got given it. So sorry to shatter the illusion of
going and saving up.
Going to the yeah.
Was it what, HMV? Is that where you would have gone if you had bought it?
Oh, I got a CDR of it. A pirated Let Go.
Oh my god!
And my cousin who had CD money.
That's so punk.
I didn't have CD money apart from like Christmas and birthdays, and that album came out like I want to say maybe June, July time. Maybe it was June.
June
July.
4th. Good memory.
Okay,
my god.
Okay.
Wow.
So I wouldn't have had money at that time. I would have spent it all on Green Day and.
I'm just curious where, like, when you did buy CDs, where would you have gone?
Okay. Probably the Virgin Megastore or the HMV.
Nice. Sick.
There was a lot of getting my mum to buy pop punk imports from HMV for Christmas.
Were they really expensive? Oh yeah. So would this CD have been imported or would it have been released locally?
I think that would have been a European release of the CD.
So you wouldn't have had to pay like
hella
quid for it.
No.
So tell me, okay, so the CD was burned for you. I mean, did you immediately love it? Like even back then, to me, even revisiting Sk8er Boi today, it still doesn't sound like Blink-182 to me, even though it's kind of these things are lumped in together now. Like this CD, other than maybe a little bit aesthetically, it doesn't feel very pop punk to me. A lot
of Let Go is like adult contemporary, sung by a 16, 17-year-old girl. Mm-hmm. A lot of it is, but there's also a bit of genre play on that CD, and it's a bit of everything, which I think probably appealed to me. Coming in from only knowing like, what other CDs would I have had apart from my parents' stuff, like Daft Punk and the Green Day Greatest Hits, so like All Killer No Filler,
right? And
then coming into having a spectrum of different moods, but it's pretty angsty.
That's true.
I mean, that plays a part into it as well, because like I said, I had no friends. I was horrendously bullied as a child, so I think April Lavigne definitely helped.
Right. What about like the narrative of Sk8er Boi? Like, how did that speak to you? Would you like? Did you think about the dichotomy between? I can't remember the lyrics right now. Ballet and what's the other thing?
He was a punk. She did ballet.
Punk versus ballet. I mean, the great battle of the 2000s that has really come together now. You know.
I was definitely like uncomfortable with that. I was definitely uncomfortable with, even from being like a very young age, with like not like the other girl strand of thinking. Mm-hmm. It rubbed me the wrong way, and I feel like that song, like I know I'm on the Sk8er Boi episode, so I should probably have thought about Sk8er Boi more.
That's fine.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about Sk8er Boi really, apart from it's got a lot of that to it, hasn't it? She's with the Sk8er Boi.
It kind of feels like
it's like shame and teen pregnancy a bit as well.
Wait, really? I don't think I remember that part.
She's got the baby and she's all alone, and then
oh yeah, true.
We're on TV.
That sucks. It kind of sounds like a No Doubt song, actually. I've probably already said that at this point in the episode, but that's my thought right now.
What, like aesthetically or
Yeah,
lyrically?
something about it has like some of the like peppiness of a.
Noises.
Yeah, exactly.
They had some of them in the mid-90s
I mean, I'm glad that you don't really care about Sk8er Boi that much, because I feel like if Sk8er Boi is your favorite Avril song, you're probably not a real Avril fan. That's like saying All the Small Things is your favorite Blink song.
Yeah, my favorite Avril songs on that album, I mean, for singles, it's probably I'm With You, which I think is... Oh, was that like the last single, or like the second last single? Losing Grip's great as well, but all over songs on that, like I love Unwanted, which is like that's like the drop D.
Oh yeah.
You know, I really like Tomorrow as well, which is just like a really. I don't know if it's acoustic from memory, I don't know, but it's really like stripped back. And then she has like the songs where she kind of raps as well. I said there's a lot of genre play on this album. There is.
Wait, I don't think I've heard her rap before. That's amazing.
Nobody's Fool.
That's so good.
She's like rapping about not the milk and cereal in your spoon.
That's co-written with Peter Zizzo. Who's also written with Celine Dion. Has Celine Dion ever rapped, I wonder?
Probably. I mean, I'm not a Celine completist. I am a Celine fan, but I don't know the full Celine canon. Probably in newer stuff. I mean, when she started working with Max Martin and stuff, maybe she did a little bit of talking.
So tell me this. You had this CD burned for you. It spoke to you as a young girl who was kind of feeling alienated. The angst really hit. How soon, how often, and for how long did you wear a necktie over a t-shirt?
I never wore a necktie over a t-shirt.
Really?
Really.
So Avril really kind of failed to reach you in that sense.
It was like, I definitely wore like sweatbands, but that's not necessarily an Avril exclusive style nod. My mom used to buy me like trilbies and stuff as well for Christmas and make me wear them in photos. So there's a lot of photos of me in like trilbies and stuff up until the age of about 11.
Right.
And I definitely had like a t-shirt that said punk and had like a girl with a mohawk on it, but maybe that was a little bit later. That was when I was, I was listening to 70s stuff like 6 months after April Lavigne. And do you remember those baby t-shirts that had the baby on and then the baby had a piercing?
Oh, that
I feel like I got one of those hand-me-downs.
That's kind of familiar. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So you were too punk for the tie and t-shirt.
I feel like I probably was.
Would you try it now?
Maybe I would.
I think maybe.
I mean, that is basically how people are dressing now anyway, with the whole like cyclical nature of trends.
We did recently talk about how the in punk news, and you kind of mentioned that you had predicted this would happen, the high-end punk ballet shoe, like the Miu Mius. I mean, you saw that coming a mile away, hey? But that's Sk8er Boi IRL, I think.
It's a fusion of the spirit of the song.
Yeah. I mean, this song really does speak to a us versus them time that doesn't exist anymore, for better or worse. It's a kind of, she's gatekeeping in a way, Avril.
It definitely feels like it's got a little bit of gatekeeping in it, because she's like, what more can I say? They're polar opposites, the punk and the ballet.
Yeah, I mean, it's just unheard of. And then now, here we are in 2022, you can get punk ballet shoes, and Avril's back, and she's just fine with whatever. I mean, it's just kind of... So tell me this. We've talked about Wanker Phase, we've talked about Avril changing the game, the CDR. When were you was there a time when you were too cool for Avril Lavigne?
Absolutely.
What happened? And what got you out of it?
I feel like I sort of distanced myself from publicly being an Avril Lavigne fan. But like when the second album came out, my mum bought me the second album like as soon. I don't know if I had it pre-ordered or what. Which I sort of listened to it and I enjoyed it, but I was listening to a lot heavier stuff. Like 2004
like what?
By the time it came out. Well, I was dabbling in hardcore and post-hardcore stuff and like a little bit of white belt stuff, but also I don't know. I was starting to get sick, but I was still like it was fine to like Avril Lavigne if you were also listening to pop punk, which I was.
Right.
But I wasn't publicly, and like I wasn't writing poems about how much I loved April Lavigne anymore.
Wait, you have a poem about how much you love her?
I definitely wrote one. Yeah.
Do you have
definitely wrote one poem about April Lavigne. No, I don't.
Do you remember any lines from it, or?
No.
It's kind of disappointing.
I think I rhymed skate was great, and that's about as far as I'll go.
That's perfect. I mean, you nailed it. That's the real spirit.
Yeah.
So then so you kind of became ashamed to admit you liked her. Did you ever start actively disliking her?
No, because I've never like been someone who's like, oh, that's all, unless it's indie rock or like in indie bands who will not name on here, who I've always been a hater of. I don't know. I definitely was like, that's embarrassing when she did the Hello Kitty thing, but that was like 10 years ago. That wasn't 15 years ago, you know.
Yeah, and also, why was that embarrassing? It seems cool now when I think about it.
You need to bring it back and be like, actually, I think Avril Lavigne got too tough a time for this.
I think Sam and I are going to save the idea of cultural appropriation in 2022. That's kind of a Q3 goal. We're bringing it back and we're fixing it. We're going to do it right this time, you know?
Okay. If anyone can do it, it's two white Canadian men.
So how do you, I know we've already talked about this at length together, kind of, but I mean, big picture, how do you feel about Feldy era Avril?
I think it's pretty face value what it is. Mm-hmm. She's still making music and she's making it with the guys that she probably would have made it with at any point in her career, apart from like the last album, which you were calling the Lyme disease album.
Right.
Which, you know, was pared back and it was more serious. Mm-hmm. You go back any point in time, and I know she worked with Max Martin and stuff, but it makes sense to me. Maybe it doesn't to other people because they're like, Avril should be working with pop producers,
right?
Not pop punk producers. But I think she's always been friends with like Travis and Feldy. Travis drummed on the Best Damn Thing album. You know, Feldy Avril, it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Because who else would you go to?
It almost makes too much sense. However, I will say this. I think I draw the line at Mod Sun. I think Mod Sun needs to be stopped at all costs.
You're not going to try and get him on this month?
Well, I mean, maybe we should. I do kind of love what's his new single? It's so good, actually. But I also hate him.
I don't know what it's called anymore.
Him so much, but the song is so good.
It's really great. He's the same.
Rich kids ruin everything.
Yeah. Is he the same age as Machine Gun Kelly, or is he a few years older?
He looks like
I feel like he's like 35.
He is 35, and I was going to say that's our age, but that actually means he's 2 years younger than us, which is just good fucking Lord. What are we doing on here? Well, you know what? That is a good song, so maybe I forgive Mod Sun. I just feel like he needs to stop appearing in videos and stuff. Also, he produced her whole album. Like, where did this guy come from?
He was in a band, wasn't he? He was in
Scary Kids. Scaring kids.
You just have to get in like one writing camp and then you're set for life if you make as much, like enough of an impression. That's where all the people who were in bands who are working in the music industry, that's all they all do now.
So Georgia, what would you like to see come out of April Lavigne?
I feel like the tide has sort of shifted now that everyone who was a kid when the album came out and loved it is now a critic or in charge of, writing features and doing the critical reevaluation of Avril Lavigne. But I do think it is a monumental album, very important, and defined a generation. Let Go in particular, but also maybe if people would go back and listen to some of the deeper cuts of Avril's,
Yeah, what's the best deep cut tune that people have missed?
I don't know.
Probably the Hello Kitty music video.
Does it count if it was a single?
I don't know.
Because one of my favorite singles that never gets a look in, and I thought was a pretty big single, was "He Wasn't." That song is so good, and it was the last single of the second album, and then ushered her into the Brat era. I think it's a really perfect song.
It's interesting. I don't remember this song, but I like the idea of a song being called "He Wasn't" after he was a punk, and then she has a song called "He Wasn't." So maybe it's about a different guy, a non-skater boy. I'm sorry, I'm just saying really stupid things. Georgia, thank you so much. What do you want to plug? I mean, you've been starting a podcast ever since I met you. You've been, making all these plans. It's time.
I'm completely freaked out by over familiarity and just people interacting with me in any way whatsoever. So I don't think a podcast's for me. Maybe it will.
Oh no, they don't. People aren't over familiar with podcasters. What are you talking about?
Having a presence online is too much.
Yeah, it's a lot. We should just let's both disappear
you can
after
follow
this.
Me if you want.
Follow you.
Yeah.
It's call me.
You can follow me if you want on Twitter. I probably won't notice you following me, or if you interact with my tweets, I won't see it because I have notifications turned off. Because I'm just completely freaked out by any sort of interaction. But I'm online. I don't have anything to plug yet. I was going to cover this entire album for the
20th anniversary.
The 20th anniversary is in June. I haven't managed to do that. I think I'm still going to drop a few songs that are covers of some of my favourite songs from the album. So I'll tweet about that when that happens.
Yes, do it.
What about a reading to kick off April Lavigne and the thank yous from the liner notes of Let Go? Okay, here are my thank yous. Thank you, God. Mum and Dad, if it wasn't for you guys pushing me so hard, this CD would not have been made and I wouldn't have this career. I don't even want to know what I'd be doing right now. Hee hee. Thanks, guys, for being great parents. Drawn of an eye, drawn of a heart. You. Matt and Michelle, Big Bro Nil says for putting up with me. I know my voice got really annoying to hear 24/7. Sorry. I love you guys so much. Don't forget. Smiley face. Thank you to Antonio Ali Reid for giving me this amazing opportunity of a lifetime to fulfill my dream and allowing me to be myself. Heart. You. You rock. Arista Records, Hi-Fi Records, BMG, Network Management, Terry McBride. You're my hero. It's an honour to work with you. I know your secret. All the fish you eat. Ha ha ha. Lol. Shauna Gold, I love you, woman. Thanks for your hard-ass work and dedication. Mark Jowett for saying something in my voice. It's funny how karma works out. Peter Zizzo for believing. Ken Krongard, John Hecker, Hi-Fi Records, Richard Wright. Thank you to Roman Line Management for their early contributions to my career and first album. Then there's a sentence crossed out. Cliff Magnus, dude, you just let me do my thing and that's exactly what it's about. I love you, smiley face. The Matrix, Lauren Christie, Graham Edwards, Scott Spock. You're my girl, Lauren. Kurt Frasker, Sibel Brea. Everyone back home who believed in me. Steve Med, Cliff Trott, David Archibald. Something else crossed out. Duncan Holt, thanks for your favour. And everyone else. Thank you to all the good people out there. A special thanks, to all my ex-boys, BOIS, who inspired me to write most of these songs, smiley face with a tongue sticking out, and my bandmates, Matt, Mark and Evan. We're going to have tons of fun. 2 words, tour bus, my A&R Josh Sarabin, I'm your diva and I'll always be your baby girl. Thank you to everybody at Arista. I appreciate all your hard work. Adam Lowenberg, Matt Stringer, Matty, Rob, Hayne Warren, Mark Schimmel, Larry Mestel, Steve Bartels, Jeff Schule, Hilary Siskind, Laura Swanson, Sam Lecker, Karen Yee, Karen Quark, Eve Cantelme, Matt Greenberg. Thanks for all the support, everyone, and my girls back home. I love you, I miss you. Thanks Tom Lordalge, Randy Staub, David Leonard. Thanks to whomever bought this. All I can really say is rock on, peace out, Avril, and a peace sign.
The Complaint Department. 155 Podcast.
The Complaint Department. 155 Podcast.
The Complaint Department. 155 Podcast.
Yeah, it's the complaint department where people can air their grievances with us, and we listen and we make changes to the show, and we're trying to learn what you actually want out of us. And this week we've got no complaints from anyone, and
because we just nailed it. We nailed MC Arch, man. That's the problem is that we're just too good.
We captured the spirit of the band too well. But I don't know. But I thought then we could open the complaint department to ourselves. Sam, do you have any complaints about the pod or about me or about our listeners?
My only complaint, Josiah, is just that you're too damn good. Think of this coverage journey that we went on. You give too much, and I worry that one day you may burn out trying to find like German dads in their basement projecting old Sex Pistols footage of themselves while covering Avril Lavigne. Like that's my complaint is simply take care of yourself. How about you? Do you have any complaints?
Yeah, my complaint is that there's a lot of celebrities that I really liked, and if they just wouldn't write us back, it'd be one thing, but getting actual rejection notices from celebrities that I like, or even, in the case of Kevin Smith, I was willing to give him a chance. I don't like him, and I think he's annoying, but I was willing to give him a chance, and then just getting your representation to send an official no, at least just, like Tom DeLonge, pretend you're busy all the time. Don't send the official no. Like, fuck
That's
you.
actually like it's more respectful though. That's what's happened here is we're actually getting more respect. It's just
I don't like it.
We haven't crossed a respect threshold.
Yeah,
yet.
We're kind of like it's like tax brackets, and we're at the very low end of the respect threshold where we're still paying too much tax.
We're paying too much. Yeah.
And also, fuck everyone who listens to this show, and fuck you, Sam.